Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining us. Welcome to our D&D session on God Mode, our current campaign for Wyrd and Wyld. This is episode 69.
Ha! Nice.
And this episode is Scintillation. I'm Jaso the DM. Thank you, everybody, for stopping by and joining. Those of you who are here or will be here. Who else is with me this fine, beautiful Friday evening?
Hello, everybody. I am Bailey. I will be playing Glace Allure, the androgynous Eidolon. She is a College of Glamour bard.
What's up, everybody? My name's Kevin. I play Sun Kong, your apening bionoid monk, following the way of the abundant spirit.
Hi, my name's Slim, or Rinkaz, or husband, or someone, I don't know. But I'm playing Rinkaz, a lizard folk bounty hunter fighter under the martial archetype of the gunslinger, and I'm happy to be back.
I'm Kyle. I'm playing Fire Elevator, aka Trickster, aka Tech Wizard Extraordinaire, and also probably gonna play Kemo. Recently resurrected, confused.
We're all confused,
What?
brother.
Confused about your sexuality?
I can help.
No, less so.
I
Our
was gonna say Glace can help.
Luke, who normally plays Aesop, the Kinku alchemist, who used to be a blood hunter, unfortunately is having some internet issues. He may be able to get them solved, but currently he is out. So our portraits are going to be a little effed up tonight, but that's okay.
Fuck you, Comcast.
Yeah, apparently.
We'll still take a sponsor though if you want. Totally.
I think that's over and done with.
Okay.
Thank you, everybody, for stopping by. Alfred, Judokus, and of course, husband and wife stream. Go check them out. That's Slim/husband/Brian and his wife. They play some fun games, and she does some cool cross-stitching stuff. So check them out. A little shout out for some people. Thank you, Enticing Thorn, for following over the past week. That was very nice of you. Thank you, Bay, for resubbing. That was nice of you. Also, T-Bird has been building up some points, and she gave me inspiration.
Why?
She also gave each other player a Wyrd bit package.
Nice. Thank you, T-Bird.
Yeah, thank you. What was that, 6 weird bits? Hell yeah.
You guys basically roll I believe it's a 1d3 plus 1. And that's how many Wyrd bits each of you get. So it's just one for you, Kyle, so it's kind of shared between Fa and Kemo, but everyone will get to roll, so.
Nice.
Fuck yeah.
3 for Glace, 4 for Sun Kong, 3 for Fa Kemo, Slim.
The D3 plus 1, you said?
D3 plus 1, that's correct.
2.
Still 2, that's fine. And then
So
another
2.
2. So
15.
one session, 15 extra Wyrd bits. That ain't half bad, I'd say.
That's amazing.
Hell yeah, you are fucking awesome. Thank you.
Who's playing Aesop?
Oh, I have his sheet ready if he's not able to get here in time or get his internet working. So if nobody wants to play Aesop, I can just play him.
Yeah, you don't have to super role play him or anything. I just would like someone to have his character sheet just in case.
Sure.
And
I'm so bad at magic users, you don't want me to do it. Like, I would, but...
You have enough complexity
I
going
have
on with your character with
it
1,000
takes
attacks.
everybody else's turn length
Yeah.
of time for me to figure out what I'm going to do on my next turn alone, yeah.
Well, I meant, that he got a bit package too, didn't he?
Luke did, yes. So if you guys will, if you can help remind me once he's able to get back about that, I would love for him to make a roll too.
I think I'm missing conversation. I think my people talking for me is like going in and out.
Is it?
Yeah.
You may want to pop out and rejoin. I'm hearing everything fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is everybody else good?
Yeah.
Everybody say something.
Testing. Hello, I'm Jaso, the DM. Testing.
Yeah, I can hear
Testing.
Okay.
That was Jaso, the DM.
you guys.
Everyone sounds good. to me.
Yeah.
I'm going to throw in. Speaking of weird bit, or whoops, that's our tweet here. Let me actually throw in the. Let me just punch it in here. For those of you watching who want to stop by and check us out, we have a extension for our fun little avatars down there at the bottom. You can get cool points and do cool stuff like buy different avatars and all kinds of things like that. You can also use your points. We're doing like a dual point thing right now. We have the Streamlab point system running, and we also have the Twitch point, like channel points running, because we're going to eventually transition over to strictly the Twitch channel points. I had some time to think about it. At the beginning of the new year, we will be moving away from these Streamlab points. So, those of you who have been building them up, who haven't been using them, you may want to use them. And let's say you're even close to maybe a bigger goal that you want to get to. Just let maybe have a conversation with me, DM me over Twitch or something like that. Maybe we can find some common ground and maybe you can get that thing that you're a couple points away from. But I want you to make sure and spend those points where you can, so that when we move over strictly to the Twitch channel points, it's not like you just lost all of them. So definitely check out how many you have. You can see all those details in our panels down below on our Twitch page. Check it out. Find out how much you have, use them, give the players cool stuff, interact in fun ways, buy you some fun avatars, and then we'll be shifting over to the Twitch channel points, which we've been running for a while now. So even when the switch does happen, you guys should still have some points built up if you've been watching in the past. So check that out. Thank you, Looney. It's really cool of you to stop in. And yeah, so that is really, we are gonna be out next session because that's Thanksgiving weekend and I'm going to be out visiting family. We usually do our so far unsuccessful Twitter giveaway, which we've had no successful people actually join in on. I'm going to withhold that because I'll be out next week and we'll do it the following month. But also, next month, we'll be doing a new avatar that'll be joining the stream avatars, so look forward to that.
Cool.
It's because it's been a while. Other than that, that's really all of my spiel up front. So, with that all said, again, thank you everybody for joining. Let's hand out some inspiration for those who don't have it. So those of you who don't have a card, I believe that's Rinkaz and VD, nab your cards. And of course, if you feel like you have one that may be more helpful for someone else, you can trade.
I have the card.
Is that the choose two?
No.
Oh.
I got one.
Many friends that want that card.
I got the one that gives me extra 15 points of movement, so I'm gonna hold it for now.
Oh, Sun Kong, I have one that might benefit you a little bit more.
Ooh. I'm intrigued.
Do you have spell save stuff, Nick?
Yeah.
Ooh, I can hit something far away.
I'd love to see you beat the crap out of people like a mile away.
Secret treasure.
Alright, that's cool. Mine was Swift Runes, if you want to take that one.
I will. Thank you.
Thank you.
I have the DC one. And I want to keep that one.
I prefer the Marvel card.
I just got rid of it. I sat on it for 3 sessions. I'm not gonna use it.
Yeah, that's like
Aesop
the
get a
best
card?
one for me. Aesop would probably get a card when he comes back.
Oh, Aesop always gets a card when he...
Yeah.
I mean, what?
Yeah, we'll take care of that
Husband's
if
the
he's
only
able
one.
to pop in. So inspiration is handed out. You guys have traded if you wanted to. Normally we do a dice roll, but we had a 2-week break and Bea's itching to give the recap, so she is gonna do it.
There was a
Maybe
big
on the
old board drop.
stage.
Speech,
So-
speech.
Glosse, what happened last time on Weird and Wild?
A lot happened. So get ready, strap on, and strap in. It's gonna be a long one.
I'm strapped on.
Great. The arcane man appeared out of a newly uncovered room that Katz, one of our ship's AIs, uncovered and unlocked. This was the same arcane man that we watched die last season. Only it wasn't really the same one. It was a clone body of his previous self that was there just in case he did die. So there's that. It's pretty impressive magic and craft, if you ask me. Anyway, we caught him up on the new crew, and he told us he was originally meant to helm the ship and take us on some really important mission for the Lady of Pain. He tried to come out sooner, only he was trapped due to some unknown defense system not controlled by the ship. Let's see. The first thing... Oh, there's lots of questions that we asked him. I'll just go over the important stuff.
What? What's your favorite color?
The first thing that we learned was that the infamous Twilight we've been hearing all about is an event that naturally occurs throughout the omniverse. And it's something that can't be created by mere mortals. So that makes the Dark Trine a little more scary. Makes me wonder what kind of beings they're in league with. What we're really up against there, I don't know. The second thing that we learned is that there is a way that we can save little baby Kui. By putting her in a specially crafted body made by a being called a Rhaegar. They're known for being the artisan race. And apparently there's a Rhaegar on Halcyon. We were told it's quite the feat to grab their attention, but I don't think our crew is going to have much problem doing that. The final thing he mentioned is that we have to be ready before we go on this really important mission for the Lady of Pain. So to get any unfinished business done and settled. With that, we were going to save Kui by going to Halcyon, but decided to go to the home of the healers, Jaydra. Oh, wait, here I am being handed a letter by a very reliable source. It's some hot goss. Hold on here, let's see. During our travel to Jaydra, Nvidia attempted to contact the Arthur. Oh. He was in the privacy of his own room while writing questions down in his tome, where he was answered by his very own pseudo-dragon familiar, Jira. Oh! That's interesting. P.S. This letter will magically dissolve once you reach its end. Also, you will forget the last 30 seconds of your life. What? Oh, what was I? Oh, Jaydra. Anyway, during the travel to Jaydra, we all took a well-deserved rest and nothing weird happened for once. While we were there, the Sacred Serenitals were able to re-res Kemo into a brand new form, which was completely random. He wound up being resurrected into a big old delicious Goliath body. Then we immediately found out that Fa really isn't Fa. So what do we call her now? Who really is she? Will we learn more about her and Kemo's past? How are we going to handle things now that the Arcane Man is back? Will Sun Kong ever find out who took his last ice cream sandwich? Spoiler alert, it was me.
It's totally you.
Find out all of this and more as you follow the Wild Tycoons on their continued adventure on Weird and Wild, episode 69.
Excellent recap.
Oh,
Excellent. Goodbye, everybody. That's it.
yeah.
That made me laugh out loud.
I will
That was
say,
great.
add 2 weird bits in your pockets for a very succinct recap. Thank you.
Rimcast drinks from his flask. Man, this show's getting weird.
So yes, Fa and Vidi, you guys having never ventured to the Jaydra capital, remember that as you were approaching, it seemed as though you were just moving closer and closer in between this large cradle towards this greenish sun in the center. The ship seemingly just headed right towards it. However, as it neared and the bright light shone through, watching from within the interior of the geodesic ship, you guys all of a sudden found yourselves in a relatively idyllic, somewhat paradise-like area, full of floating islands, rolling hills, blue skies. There is a certain warm radiance that emanates in this region. And upon getting out, headed towards the Serenitals within the Jaydra capital, in the attempts to find a way to bring Kemo back, having had his body taken over by a very nasty critter from a previous session. One of those brain creatures. What are they called? Thought eaters or brain suckers.
The internet, the intellect devourer.
Intellect devourer. There we go.
DM hates us, I think is what they're called.
No, I mean no. So you guys made your way into the capital, which was like this very vertical, stone-like city that has multiple levels. Across this the capital sitting on what seemed to be the largest island out of all of them, with vast rolling plains. You can see just huge swaths of farmland that run out to the edges of not this island, but multiple ones as well. You guys made your way through a small landing area and a ruin walk area that runs in between the docking bay, or the docking area rather, and Jaydra capital itself. There is a fullness, a brightness to this area, and again there's a certain warmth that radiates around here. As you guys were walking through the ruins, it sort of separates where you land in the capital itself. There's a cool wind in the air, and it feels very nice here. You see multiple races conglomerating here as you made your way into the capital, working your way up a tier or two, following the large walkways, and making your way toward the sacred Serenitals, hoping that they would be able to bring Kemo back. You guys were able to make your way towards Temple Serenity, where the healing work is done, and with the help of the Serenitals, having learned that you guys helped Ilanalu, an ambassador out on the Celestial Cradle, thus serving as your pilgrimage in order to have their services be permitted to be used on one of you. They were able to reform Kemo, albeit in a new body that he will have to get used to, but at the very least he found himself back to life. After this was all settled, you guys are within Temple Serenity. It's quiet. There's a lot of it is made from stone and glass work. You look outside some of the windows to see rustling leaves by some of the trees and the soft wind blowing by. The members of the Serenitals, having brought Kemo's form back to life, all conferred with you, making sure everything was all right, and then allowed you to rest and stay here for however long you need. Twee, being your representative, the small little baby Furbolg, told you guys that you can hang out, take the time you need to recoup, and whenever you are ready, you can be on your way, and that you are welcome to always contact him again should you need more services. With that, Kemo, you find yourself back to life in a much larger form than you're used to, but able to enter back into the prime material once again, and this time seeing Fa, or a person who you know by another name, and that's where we left off. So everyone was sort of gathered round, seeing Kemo back in this new Goliath form. It is very bright, although there's no particular sun that you saw outside. There's just a certain brightness that radiates in here. And yes, you guys were all in Temple Serenity. You know that you are in Jaydra capital, and thus there is a marketplace and other services, so you're welcome to take part in that. Otherwise, the ball is in your court. So what happens?
Well, hey, can everyone hear me all right? I was feeling a little hoarse earlier.
Oh, yeah, you sound great now.
Ooh, you don't sound like a robot.
Yeah,
You sound like a
sorry.
bird.
You sound like a bird man.
Well, I'd like to sell these winter boots I've been wearing this whole adventure. They're a little ripe now, but I don't get much use out of them.
What do we call you, Fa? Who? Fa? If that is your real name, which we know it's not.
I don't know who that Azina person is, but I'm Fa. I've always been Fa.
I like Fa. It's easier to say.
I think so too.
I like how you all just watched a brain get completely reincarnated into a new body. And then Aesop looked down at his boots and he's like, I think I should go sell these.
Sell some boots.
Realistically, we've killed a Taras.
Perfectly in character.
Yeah.
Destroyed an entire
Some
planet.
shit.
Yeah, I mean, like, another thing, but it feels weird to do it myself. Does anybody, this is going to sound strange, but does anybody want to just read Kemo's part for a second?
I'll read Kemo's part.
There you go.
I'd be down, yeah, whatever.
Oh no, let Kevin do it. He's got a nice boy voice.
Nice boy voice.
You're
I'll take
hired, sir.
I'll fucking take it.
You're in bold.
There's a
I'm
script.
old? Is that my direction?
That's
You're in bold, and at
Oh,
the
I'm
end...
in bold. Okay.
Yeah, at the end there, you're going to pass out. That's what happens.
Ooh, this is exciting.
How old is Kemo?
So he kind of, like, sounds like Nvidia, but now I think he's taller, so I think his
True.
voice sounds longer, so
What
Like
kind
you-
of?
I can...
What is he now
so,
again?
He's a Goliath.
Just sound really absent-minded and zero
Yeah.
reflection.
Oh,
my name's
Absent
Kemo.
And,
That's
push
coolly
your
aloof.
voice.
But
Push
yeah.
your voice a lot, like you're growling, but you're not because you want to sound hoarse, but you're not, and you can't have a deep voice if you saved your life.
But he's
But
big and strong, so it's a
Yeah.
little hollow.
yeah,
Answer.
like Kratos.
Boy.
What is the?
Smart.
How do you say the name?
Azina. Azina.
Azina. Okay, I think I'm ready.
Okay.
Azina.
Who, me?
Azina. I thought I'd never see you again.
I don't... Are you talking to me?
Azina.
Alright.
Faray.
Lumedo.
What?
Faray Lumedo. That's my name.
Am I dream? Why are you all so short all of a sudden?
Ooh, you hate to see it.
Wait a second. What's going on?
What's going on, party?
Can we interject here?
Yeah. I
Oh,
left this
Oh,
third open
excellent.
for you guys, too.
Oh, well, so you technically died. Your brain was teleported out of your body on Neo Gokyo. But
Sorry.
the good news is we brought you back to life. No need to thank us. Through a reincarnation spell.
Well,
After what happened? How did you get here?
Your brain was teleported out of your body and placed into a stasis tube. I had it in the bag of holding for a
Oh,
while.
yeah, and your body was totally eaten by a Modron. So that's
Oh, and then it blew up. So it's super gone, by the way.
The good news is we got the bastards back for you.
That's
Sorry.
the blowing up part. We got them back by blowing them up.
Azina, how did you get here? What is going on?
look, I don't know who this Azina is. But I've been looking for you, but, I don't know you. The past 3 years, I thought I was alone, The last 3 years, I thought I didn't need anybody. For, the past 3 years, I I thought I knew who I was. Maybe I didn't know where I came from, but I didn't know who my people were, but I knew me. I'm smart and resourceful, good looking and humble and alone but not lonely. Then I heard the voice. Your voice. I became a stranger in my own mind. I felt like a passenger in my own body, an observer, not a participant. Since I heard your voice, it's the only thing I wanted to hear. It's the only time that I remember wanting anything. I don't know what it means, and the more I think about it, the more my head feels like a baraka full of sand. So I don't think about it anymore. I just pursued. Found these people, and they led me to you.
3 years? What do you mean you don't know who you are? Azina, you and I are... We're a team.
Oh.
Please stop calling me.
We were home together. Why is my head...
Kemo!
Oh!
Kemo! What's happening?
I can't catch him. I can't. He's very large.
Oh, let me get him!
Kong would try to run in.
Glace would just hold her arms out and wait for him to fall on her.
I'll make an athletics to see if I can maybe, like, slide underneath him and try to catch him.
You along with Glace are able to quickly sort of run. He wasn't even completely fully standing, kind of just pulled himself up from the rug and pillow infused area where this ritual took place, and it was about to kind of just topple over, and you guys were able to kind of catch him at the back and gently lay him back down.
Oh, there. He's probably really shocked.
Well, I mean, I guess he did kind of not come back to life, but I mean, kind of.
Well, he's got probably...
Not that... I'm assuming he doesn't remember everything, just like... I mean... I trust Moshi says I talked to Kemo, but I don't remember doing that in the Monkin place. So I'm assuming he's
a completely different body as well.
Yeah, it has to be. Okay, maybe we should get him to the ship. Can we teleport? Are we close enough to the ship to teleport him back?
No, you are not. You have to be pretty close to the ship to teleport.
Yeah,
back.
I didn't remember how far we got.
Maybe somebody it's not incredibly far away, but it's a little bit of a walk.
I know Aesop had some boots to sell.
Yes, I would like to sell some boots.
I'll take him back if anyone wants to help, or if not, I'll take him.
There are 2 members of the Sacred Serenitals dressed similarly in garb that is a bit on the druidic side that come over. You're unsure if they are ones that performed the ritual that reincarnated his form or not, but they come over and say, "This is not the first time a reincarnated person has had trouble realizing their new form. If you are so inclined, as your representative Twee has mentioned to you, you are welcome to allow him to rest here while you do your business within the Jaydra capital. We will watch over him until you return."
That
sounds okay.
Allow him some time to rest as we allow his mind to acclimate. Until then, please, give it a few hours and return and retrieve your friend.
Thank you.
Of course.
Stand up. So, you don't know this name? Azina?
Never. No. Kind of made up my name. I didn't really remember anything. I just kind of woke up one day and I was hungry, and that about all I knew about myself.
So your memory started 3 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Where did you wake up at?
Scorch.
Oh.
That was the planet, right?
Gosh.
Yeah, that horrible place. What happened do we know anything that happened 3 years ago? That's not when the Twixt started, or
No, that was like...
The Twixt has been around now for 101 years.
Okay.
You guys have been within the Twixt those of you who entered from the beginning of the campaign have been within the Twixt for nearing on a year now, but only close to a year, probably 9-10 months. In VD, Aesop, it's a little difficult to determine how long you guys have been here because at one point your worlds could have been part of another, but found their way here through the rifts that tend to appear within the Twixt plane. So it's difficult to say. Perhaps you've been here for a decent couple years, maybe even a decade or more.
I see.
Nothing within the past 3 years between all of you would ring any bells in terms of any connection to Faw's past, unless Kyle would say so.
I got nothing.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to look into this. I mean, I guess you can stick
What
around,
kind of
right,
thing
guys? I mean,
You've lost your
Gee,
memory.
thanks.
Must be some kind of trauma there.
I mean, preferably this wouldn't take us back to Scourge, but I mean, I suppose anything's possible.
Faw,
Well-
you remember when you were leaving Scourge? Scourge was pretty heavily on fire and in quite a bit of disarray across the whole citywide area.
Yeah. I mean, I got no love for Scourge. They always treated me like a outsider, which is my feet. or my
Your background?
my background. Yeah. or
That'd be amazing.
far traveler.
Ooh.
So I didn't imagine that she was from Scorch to begin
Hey,
with.
what does Far Traveler do for you, Kyle?
It pretty much just like no matter where you go, you're the weird one. You're like, ooh, did you see that one there? Like, look at
That makes sense for Fa, yes.
that. Yeah, all eyes on me. My accent, mannerism, figures of speech, all mark me as a foreigner.
Can I get a quick, I don't mean to jump in too much in between this roleplay, can I get a quick overview of everyone else's background real quick?
Then Kemo is just a
You said criminal?
yeah,
Okay.
Wow.
nothing
Spoiler.
specifically hired killer, but specifically hired killer.
Look, I don't want to say hired killer, but I killed a few people for money, if you know what I mean.
every now and then.
Aesop is hematologist. It's the custom background.
Gotcha.
Oh no, wait! It changed when I became an alchemist. Now I am a haunted one, and those that
Ooh.
gaze into my eyes can still see shades of Subject 22. That's. I think that's it. It's like I can look at people and like scare them. I think that's my background
That's
feature.
pretty cool.
I stare into Aesop's eyes and wave.
I'm looking for it on my sheet. Yeah, here we go. Those that look into my eyes can see I have faced unimaginable horror, and that I am no stranger to darkness. Though they may fear me, commoners will extend every courtesy and do their utmost to help. I have shown myself to be a danger to them.
I mean, the unspeakable horrors aren't your pass from that. I think it's from us.
I got entertainer.
Mhm.
Wow, surprise as background.
Perfectly in line with Glosse. What about you, Rinkaz?
Fits and chips.
Bounty
I'm
Hunter?
Yeah, urban bounty hunter.
Gotcha. And Sun Kong?
I never actually picked one. Now that I look at my sheet,
What?
but I
You're
think I'm
missing
gonna
out
go
on
with.
skills.
I think I'm gonna go with Gladiator. I looked at my sheet. I'm like, I don't have one picked.
Oh,
Have
fuck.
it.
Well, let's go over that post-session, because
Sorry.
that's okay. I always wondered in the back of my mind, I'm like, what is Kong's background? But now...
No, it's not okay. He's playing suboptimally, and I will not be a part of this group anymore.
Yeah, the guy that has 57,000 turns in one turn.
I need more skills.
He needs more skills.
What
look.
what about
I think I'm gonna
Nvidia?
go Gladiator, but I'm looking.
Okay.
I think I don't think I know because I'm looking at it. Nvidia is an acolyte. I think that was just default what it was when I built the character.
Yeah, that makes
And
sense, though.
what's the quick summary of that?
shelter the faithful, your acolyte, you command respect to those who share your faith, and you can perform the religious ceremonies of your deity.
Okay, fair enough. Cool. All right.
I am the hand of the author.
Gotcha.
Okay.
All right. Just wanted to
like
go
that.
over it. Continue. Sorry, God shifts back into the clouds.
I love God.
Who is that guy? He keeps coming back.
All right, so we revived Kemo, and now we're here on Jaydra. What do we need to do here? Oh, sell things and buy things, I think, right?
I think that's all we have left. Yeah.
Somebody mentioned boots.
Yeah, get those stinky boots off of Aesop. I'm sure someone will buy them.
Also, I think I'm going to sell this wrist amulet thing that I got in the pyramid on Relica. I've only used one charge of it, but I'm sure it's worth some gold.
Do
Okay.
you get any money for this scroll of minor illusion?
Probably.
I can do whatever I want.
You guys know that in the Twixt plane, magic items are fairly abundant compared to some of the other places you may have come from or know about, and so you guys, just as player knowledge, know that you have collected quite a handful of magic items that sometimes rarely get used. So if you wanted to exchange that for some coin or something else, perfectly within reason if they are able to be bought.
I will go to the first proprietor of magical items I can find in the marketplace.
As you
There was a-
guys... Oh, go ahead, go. Sorry, Sloan.
I was just gonna say, I wish there was a machine we could just like throw the magical items into, and like other ones would pop out, or just the money, or something weird. Oh, a weird machine. Yes.
Oh, weird, but
I have this wand that lets me see through time. You should probably keep that, and I shouldn't
Yeah.
probably twirl that around.
don't
Oh, you
point
could-
that thing at anyone.
You could see if we're gonna get a good deal.
Oh, good idea.
What a fucking great use of a time sight wand.
Far away from me.
Well,
Far away.
we could technically look into your past if you wanted to, if you can't remember, even though you're really smart, Fa.
I mean, we've been to the past before. Once, I think.
Once
Wait.
at least.
Is that happening again now?
No.
God.
Okay.
I don't want to do timey-wimeys.
You guys also remember, as you are gathering your things up, just a little detail on the time site Wanda and Vidi shows you, Fa. You guys also, as you are gathering your things up, collecting your things, deciding to perhaps maybe do a little bit of perusing in the capital here, that this is also the home of Alicia, who ran the observatory and gave you guys a bit of guidance last season, and could perhaps be visited if you so chose. It is up to you.
She's the one that told us about the heartbeat throughout the Twixt or something that kind of connected us. I don't really remember what it was about, but it was interesting.
Oh,
You-
I'd be curious to learn more about that. I wasn't here for the first time around.
You guys would also, just between the murmurings of the various peoples as you made your way here towards Temple Serenity, overheard that because the Serenitals were the ones who spearheaded the Helper's Hand Guild project, that they not only have a Helper's Hand Guild location here, but it is has the largest selection of
Ooh.
various characters and helpers in the
Oh.
entirety of the Twixt.
Oh boy, here we go.
Oh wait, speaking of which, did we leave Triple D on the ship?
Yeah.
I don't remember if we brought him with
I
us.
think he passed out. He drank something and passed out. So, he might still be there.
All right, awesome. We can keep him around longer.
No.
So,
I mean, you know he's still going to charge you, right?
He's a good friend.
Mm.
I'd expect nothing less.
Do you want to go check out the hand before we go anywhere?
I mean, that's where my money's going.
It's probably right by all the shops anyway. Okay, great. No arguments here. Let's go.
Let's go.
I'm glad that's the one thing that we can agree on.
There's no harm in looking for more smart friends.
Smart, beautiful, dancing friends.
Smart friends, yeah.
To Helper's Hand, then we go.
As you guys go towards the entrance of Temple Serenity, there is no doors here. There is just a glass wall that serves as the entrance with a large open walkway within. A soft, cool breeze blows in, and it feels good against the skin. You step outside and feel the warmth and look around, finding yourselves at the second or third level of the Jaydra capital. And because this is such a large city, there are various markings throughout the capital that would point you in the right direction to the various facilities that would be here, and you're able to find your way over to the Helper's Hand Guild. This area, this guild, the guild hall here, the building is similar in theme and color to the ones you've seen throughout the Twixt, but is much larger in size. As you guys enter, you see that there are various other who look to be maybe adventurers, perhaps Wyld who are speaking at the counter with the various folks. You see 2 Furbolg at the counter currently. There's a bit of a line, but you guys enter into the line and eventually make your way up to the front. Did you guys want to see who is available for the Wyld Tycoons as a Helper's Hand?
Jason,
yes.
You know what the answer to that is.
Alright, so let's see here.
D100, come on.
Hang on just a second. I want to make sure I have all my shit together here.
Platinum is 10 gold to 1 piece, right?
Yes.
Darks.
I need you guys to please, and we'll do every party member, well, every player rather, Fawn, Kemo, serving as one, will get to roll and see who is available here. So the first person, please roll me, it's a weird number, but that's just how it is. Roll me a D31.
Oh. Crit.
And we all get to roll? Like, we can all just roll at once?
Yep. Everybody can make a roll. There's quite a few people here that you heard the murmurings of.
Give Daddy the 31! Goo!
Close.
My bet is it's the Minotaur again.
She hates you.
Yep.
Aww.
Yep.
So we will go in order, and the first person up is Fa, I believe, with a 9.
Yeah.
As the Furbolg comes over with various parchments clipped together at the top in what seems to be some type of wooden clipboard, he hands it over to you, or she rather, hands it over to you, Fa, as outstepping from the back, from behind the curtain, similar to how the other guild halls are, is a very tall, looks to be lithe figure, a female figure, though it's difficult to tell underneath her greenish gold cloak and hood that is adorned on her. She looks humanoid, however her eyes have a certain almost insect-like nature to them. And up on her head, you at first think horns, but as she steps out, you see it looks to be at the front end of her forehead are 2 antennae that raise up. Outstepping from behind the curtain is Killer.
Ooh.
Kill is a species of insector as you read the parchment in the clipboard that helps you get a bearing on who each of the members are. Specifically, she claims to be a priest of her people. Apparently, she's on some type of special assignment, citing the fact that she is off-world to mean that this mission is of high importance. The details of this assignment she refuses to share, however, simply spending most of her time lending aid as a hand. She has 4 abilities, which is a bit rare among the various other helpers you guys have seen.
Interesting.
Is interesting indeed.
Keep Killer in mind as she steps to the side, allowing the next member to step up, and that was Ringkaz's roll of 20.
Roll 20 recognizes.
Shifting out from behind the curtain, the second member, looking up, you see a familiar face as he says,
Oh boy.
I believe I remember you. And you all see
Oh!
Mondramon.
Oh yes, this fella helped us get out of a jam with the Steel Predator, I believe.
Mogramon.
Or was it?
Mogdramon, as you look over the paperwork,
Get it, you magnificent
you see
bastards.
the paperwork reads, if you need help getting through a difficult area, Mogdramon is your man, tiefling, demon. We haven't asked and don't plan to. This guy doesn't say much, but he's done a good job of helping around wild knots in need. At least the ones who return for repeat business. We're just assuming the others are fine, not eaten or anything at all.
I think he helped us through the desert.
No, he helped us on the Steel Predator thing.
Yeah, the first encounter we had with the Steel Predator.
Oh,
The
yeah,
most
yeah.
recent- He was very helpful for that. Sorry, I don't mean to interject in the middle of this, but to what ends are we hiring the hands for right now?
Yes.
What is our next mission, so to speak? Like, I don't want to hire somebody combat focused and then we go on a diplomacy mission for a week.
No, I believe we're doing
Really?
diplomacy. Well, because we're going to Halcyon to try to impress a very impressive person. So maybe
Alright.
we'll have a helper's hand that could help.
Sure, that makes perfect sense. All right, just making sure that we're all on the same page, so we don't hire, I don't know, a belly dancer for no reason, and then we're on the ship for a really long time.
That would be ridiculous. Who would do such a thing?
I don't know.
I mean, could you think of the waste of
Not
money?
us.
Money well spent, Nvidi.
It'd be like pouring it down a drain, wouldn't it, baby?
What? You can't fit money down a drain. It doesn't make any. What are you talking about?
He's got a plan.
Out the window, then. Your choice of metaphor is your own.
Fucking precious Nvidi.
I've never thrown money out of. I give you my money. What?
You get me?
Yeah. Do you need money? Is that what you're saying? You need money?
He's got
Yeah,
like
I mean, all right.
out.
What you got?
Do I have to
No,
buy?
no. Hey,
Have to
Nvidi,
hire?
hold on to your money for now, Fa. Don't do this.
Oh, okay.
We'll get him,
All right.
Paul.
Who
All
do
right,
you have on the
next.
ship?
At this point, Mogdramon has nodded, seeing you as hirees from a previous point, and stepped to the side. And he's already gotten in line. And with Nvidi's roll of 28, Nvidi, you see stepping out from the curtain, much shorter than the 2 previous members, is what looks like a halfling with he seems to have some type of chew in the side of his mouth. Out steps Gundavold. The parchment paperwork reads that Gundavold is an experienced halfling ranger working as a hand to support his wife and child. He's a light sleeper whose keen senses can alert you to danger, and his pouch of herbs can help treat wounds while you catch your breath.
Yeah, bro.
Love the herbs.
Interesting.
Would have been pretty good in our last mission, honestly.
Yeah, he can definitely be useful in certain situations.
Thank you. Next.
He nods and steps to the side. Next up, with Sung Kong's role, pushing past the curtain, is a mid-size in height. What looks to be human, although it's almost difficult to tell because of his large locks of hair as well as his scraggly goldish beard that seems to have, as you look, all kinds of shellwork intertwined within.
Oh.
Out steps Saffron, and I don't have a description for Saffron, but I'll go ahead and show him to you guys.
Ooh, how mysterious. Ooh, you would have been good to send with our dispatch team.
Oh, he's a... No.
All right, well, we're not going to an ocean world, but that's
No, we're not. Like what you done with the hair, though. Very nice.
good. Rustic.
Thank you very much.
Hey, bro.
I give him a fist bump.
He fist bumps with you.
Weak. Next.
Next up was, I believe it was Glacé's role?
4.
A 4?
Yes.
Let's take a look here.
It's a pretty shitty roll, Bailey.
Luke.
Stepping out from behind the curtain. Hang on just a second. Another medium-sized humanoid, dressed in what looks to be some type of entertainment or jester-like attire. Skin on the open hands and face look a pale bluish or gray. Long elf-like ears. The face, though, covered by a mask. Out steps Cecil.
Oh, Cecil.
Cecil writes the songs. Cecil writes the dialogue. Cecil writes the plot. Cecil wrote this, says the parchment.
I want him!
That's actually pretty good.
Hired!
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Zach, see, when you recognize a smart person, Glacé, you understand.
Cecil, you're come on! I don't want to get rid of Clatter, so I'll pay somebody else to have him by their side.
Yes.
Thank you.
Hi, Cecil.
Cecil nods and bows,
Ooh.
and throwing out both of his hands outstretched to the sides, holding in between each finger is a piece of gold. You count 10 in all. He seems to be
gold.
communicating 10 gold a day.
Ah.
I'm gonna give him a gold and just say, regardless of hiring you, sir, you're a master of your craft.
Yeah.
Gosh, get a room.
He again throws a hand underneath and bows. Thank you, League, for subbing. That's very nice of you.
Hell yeah, go League.
And finally, rounding out the roles with Aesop's role, stepping out from behind the curtain. Again, a shorter character. It's difficult to tell. Some of you cough a little bit because the mass volume of this cloud of smoke enters with this. It looks to be a gnome. It's difficult to tell under the comically large hat.
Uh-oh.
As you look down at the parchment trying to wave some of this smoke out of your face, Aesop, you read that this is Vapnak.
Ooh. Oh,
It's
Sorry.
This enigmatic gnome says little, preferring to take puffs from his pipe and indulge in all types of delections. He's got some interesting skills, mostly involving his smoking hobby. Just be warned that your clothes and equipment are going to smell for days afterwards.
Aren't you the little guy from our ship that works in the garden? What are you doing down here?
That's not
Trey
him.
would Stray would love this guy.
Yeah.
He
Oh.
takes a puff or two from a very elongated pipe, blowing it out while tipping his hat up with the other hand, giving you a quick stare down and says, "Don't believe so."
Oh yeah, you definitely don't sound like him. Sorry.
We know someone who would get along with you very well.
Just
But do we need him?
Need? I guess not.
I mean, if you want him, he's here, but...
I will pass on the selection since we've already hired the changeling.
how much?
Okay.
Hey, you think we could hook him and old Ganny up?
What?
What?
What is with you?
What?
I mean, I'm all for it, though. Nothing.
Why? What is wrong with you people?
That's one for Glossy, Sun Kong, and PD. Anybody?
What are you people talking about?
I'm sorry, Mr. Gnome. Do you like TV shows? We have a friend that really likes TV shows that you might want to hang out with.
He takes another puff and says, "What's a TV show?"
I think he's hired.
8 gold coins a day.
Oh man!
All right, we get it. You
And then VD can do the ceremony. Oh, and you can be the groom's bird.
Now, who wants him? Was it Fa?
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Faw's paying for Vapnak.
I'd like to pay for Mogdramon unless anybody wants him.
Go for
I
it.
mean, if you want him, it's all yours.
It's your money.
And Mogdramon, let's see here just a second. Let me scroll back up to him.
How much was
He is 10 gold a day.
I drop him 20 and give him another fist bump and say, you saved us before, and I would like to welcome you back.
"I thank you for your services," he says. His common seems to be a bit better than it was previously.
Oh, he's been learning.
Let's see, with that, we have Mogdramon and Vapnak. And these guys are controlled by everybody, so whoever wants to control them can do so. So just keep in mind, every day that is their cost, although you paid for 2 days in advance for Mogdramon. Rinkaz.
Mm-hmm.
With that, the rest bid you farewell, moving and shifting back behind the curtain, and you guys step to the side as more people seem to pour in, looking for services of other hands.
Popular.
Oh, and 1 gold to Gundevald, and I say, for your children.
"Aye, thank you, friend," he says while tipping his hat and biting down on the coin before slipping it into his pouch.
Well, did you all want to go...
I need to sell these boots.
Oh, yes, you need to get rid of the stinky food.
Mogdramon said he can smell them already.
That's right. Wait.
With that, you guys shift back out of the rather large guild hall and find yourselves standing out back within the lower levels of Jaydra capital. You know that if you head back down to the first level, you will find an area called the Agora, which is the marketplace.
Uh-huh. Well, that's where I'm going. Anyone is welcome to join me if they wish.
I'll follow you.
I'll go to the marketplace, sure.
Yeah. Also, Jason, just really quick, I don't know if it matters, but our Twitch stream is still on the players and not the...
Oh shit, okay. There we go.
Okay.
Wouldn't
To the
mind
marketplace.
shopping for some scrolls. Yeah, let's go.
Hey,
We
for
go.
a second we were just like every other Twitch stream out there.
We actually probably picked up about 50 more new watchers because we looked at all the other.
Oh, fuck me. All right, you guys make your way back down the large stepping stone pathways, finding yourselves back through the vestibule and making your way down to the lower level of the capital where the Agora Marketplace is located. There are various peoples here of all makes and shapes, although you tend to see quite a few halflings, furbolg, elves, and similar beings. You also see the occasional twosome pass by.
Oh yes. Interesting creatures there.
I will show you. I removed the shops under the Jaydra location and instead went ahead and built a shop list under your big shops and merchants list thing here. So at the top we have Jaydra. Jaydra capital rests within a green-tinted sun in the center of the celestial cradle. Within this planetary body is a seemingly idealistic landscape of floating islands with rolling plains, mountain stretches, and vast farmlands. At the center, situated on the largest isle, is Jaydra capital, the city where the sacred serenitals dwell. Within a sacred grove, you've heard, lies the Well, a place of pure positive energy that radiates within the entire space of the sun's interior. The Well promotes life magic, helping the Serenitals use their magics to keep folks healthy and also grow their vast amounts of food to supply across the Twixt. The marketplace, known as the Agora, is a bustling center of trade and commerce. As the Serenitals are one of the head founders of the Helping Hand Guild, they boast the largest selection of hands in the entire Twixt, and you guys will be able to see underneath all of the common shops and services offered.
Nice. Let's see.
So just let me know where you'd like to go and what you would like to do, and we can go from there.
I'm going to the songs and instruments merchant.
We could get more animals.
Scrolls, how does that work? Do you have a random assortment, or do I need to pick one?
You'll roll for it, probably.
Okay.
If it's a kind of crazy one, you may have to do a luck roll. Otherwise, there is a certain amount that you'll see in that shop in terms of how many they carry.
Okay.
Otherwise, you can probably find it there.
I am going to head to the leatherworking merchant at McCreel's Wares because I think they might want these boots.
I'm gonna head to the weapons merchant and just ask if they have any ammo, just so I can do a base restock on my regular bolts. If not, I'll follow Aesop.
I kind of want to see how these boots shape out. I've been hearing a lot about them.
Rinkaz, you head over towards the weapon shop, Alicia's Edge. You find a female elf running the counter and speak with her to see if she carries any ammunition for your type of weaponry. She tells you that she actually does not carry ammunition for your type of weapons. Well, hang on just a second. Yes, she does.
Oh my god. It's like the first place ever.
Recently has been visited by the patrollers, who, because of their services, have allowed her to have a bit more of a broader inventory for defense, she says. And as you see on her merchant list, she offers not only regular ammunition, but carries +1 ammunition as well.
Oh, fancy.
Again, as you all know, just as a general rule as you're shopping, you guys can try to make a luck roll and see if you can get something on a higher tier that is not normally offered. But you can only do it once per shop, and then it kind of lasts until you visit this place again. So just keep that in mind.
I'll ask her if she has any guns, and just give her a handful of gold for the equal cost, enough to just restock the base on my weapons. Essentially, I guess, 2 quivers full, or...
Would any of your weapons count as simple ranged or martial melee weapons? Or, I'm sorry, on the good list, martial ranged weapons.
None of mine.
Wait,
And
what?
They're not.
Aren't your guns martial?
They're just a separate type. All firearms are just in their own separate category.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure. I thought they were.
Is it on D&D Beyond, or is this a separate thing?
He added them in the past, like 3 or 4 months when he put the update to Gunslinger. So let me double check. Originally there was like musket.
Yeah, they're martial ranged weapons.
I was gonna say, they should probably fall under one of those tags.
Yeah, even like shit like laser rifles is martial range. Martial's like the best thing you can get. There's like nothing above martial. So,
Martial law.
She says that she'll have to check in the back, but she probably does carry 1 or 2 uncommon firearms that she is not typically used to selling, but may have them in stock as per the recent visit of the patrollers.
I tell her that I'm defenseless and I would eagerly seek a firearm to defend myself.
What type of firearm are you looking for? She says. She seems to eye you as if she does not believe you.
I laugh and shrug and say, the one that can defend me and put multiple holes in a person at once.
She steps back into the back room and comes back out with, what type of weapon are you looking for, Ringhead? Anyone specifically?
I'd like to upgrade my original rifle, perhaps. I mean, that's the only thing, like my long range. I have that revolver I got recently, which works really, really good close range.
So is there a particular one, like a magical armament? What are you looking for, exactly?
Oh, magical wise?
Or just something specific that she may carry?
I'd hate to say just base +1, but any form of magical enchantment's good, because I don't have any magical weapons. Well, other than the pistol from the gym. So anything that would count as a magical weapon. Even a weapon of warning or anything similar.
Make a high or low luck roll.
I'm gonna go with low. I always go high. I thought I'd cheat the system once.
She steps into the back and steps back out and says, "It is not socketed. However, I do have this," and she procures a basic pistol-like weapon. Although you do notice it does have a empty socket for a gem on it, and has been outfitted to be a masterwork item should it be fitted with a gem.
Scratch my chin and say, nah, just the ammo for now.
Very well, she says, and wraps it back up and gets the ammunition that you'll need to purchase. Just let me know how much you buy and what you spend it on.
Alright. Let me get the exact prices on it.
Alright. Moving on. Aesop, you were going to Meekrul's to try and sell some boots.
Indeed, indeed.
You see a relatively burly centaur running the shop. He steps over and greets you and asks what you would like.
Greetings, sir. I would like... I want to say that before I went in, I did take the boots off. I don't have anything that make them look or smell better, but I got them. They're a thing, and they're working. They're a working magical item.
We can probably clean these off. It's nothing we aren't used to. What exactly, magical property-wise, do these boots offer?
So these are boots of the Winterlands. Actually, they grant you hardiness against cold temperatures. It gives you cold resistance, and also it allows you to move through the snow as if it were just any old regular grassy plain. Indispensable for mountain climbers and Arctic explorers. I'm sure you'll sell them within the week.
He looks them up and down and back to you and says, "This could be pretty useful."
Mm-hmm.
And hang on just a second. Let's just take a look here as he is looking them up and down. He sees that although they have some cleaning needed, that they are in relatively good condition, and offers you 350 gold pieces for them.
That's pretty good. I tell you what, before we come to an agreement, and I show the gold bangle on my wrist. I don't know if this would be the place to sell it, or if you had a recommendation of who might want this more, but you see this gold bangle here is magical. Yes. It's a magical bangle imbued with the power to turn things to stone. It only has one charge used of it, 2 more remaining, and then some latent magics to be used after that.
What's the name of this one?
It's the what do you call it? The
Bangle of big booty bitches.
Bangle of big booty bitches. No, it's the circlet of rock magic. I think this must have been a homebrew one because it wasn't on D&D.
Yeah, I think it is. Let's see.
Or it's from an adventure or something.
It's homebrew, so it's extra special.
I can tell you what it does. It grants me immunity to being petrified. I can cast Flesh to Stone 3 times ever. I've only done that once and it failed. So there's 2 uses remaining. And then after that, it can cast Stone Shape 13 times, and then it turns to lead after that.
He looks it over and says, "I would buy this item off of you. However, I will need time to confer with the other merchants here at Agora. This is quite the item you have," as he kind of palms it and looks it over.
Took it out of a legendary tomb. Caused us a lot of trouble getting this little trinket, but I think others could probably use it more than I.
You'll need to give me a few hours, but I could offer you, between the boots and this bracelet here, 7,500 gold.
That's very good. That's very good. Let me. Okay, so here's the thing, right?
Yes.
If you have it, I would be curious if you had a +1, or how would you say this in game terms? Do people say +1 in game universe?
How about an advanced enchanted
a finely crafted suit of studded leather to go underneath this robe of mine? A +1.
Let me ask you, this necklace, is it new, or how much use has it seen?
I have expended 1 charge, and you could ask any merchant that can identify it. They can verify this fact. It has 2 charges remaining. Yes.
And afterwards?
13 after that. And then after the 13th is expended, it turns to lead.
Very well. For the items that you are giving me, which will serve the Serenitals, I'm sure, for the gold that I'm giving you, I could also procure a +1 item, or an enhanced magic studded leather item you're looking for, he says.
Fantastic, fantastic. And that wouldn't be the whole cost, would it? I'd still get some paltry sum of gold, I imagine.
I will offer you the 7,500, and for giving me these items, I will sell the studded leather to you in one of two ways, he says.
Okay, alright.
I can offer it with enhanced defenses, +1, for 500 gold. I could offer the item to you without the enhancement, but crafted in masterwork with 1 gem slot.
Oh.
This would be at 2,000 gold. Or, because of these items you're offering me, and the resourcefulness they would provide the Serenity faction, I could offer you a vestment that you are looking for with 2 gem slots on it for 5,000 gold.
Ooh. I think the gem slots sound absolutely lovely, and I will go with that option.
Were you looking for the 1 slot or 2 slot at
The
best?
2 slots. You would be so kind.
Very well. Do you wish for me to deduct it from the price that I will pay for these magic items?
That would be fantastic.
Very well. Give me a few hours. I will craft this, or procure this vest for you with the 2 gem slots. And I will also be able to reward you after conferring with the others here of the Agora to procure the 2,500 gold that I would be lending you afterwards.
Very good, sir. Thank you for your business.
Very good to have you stop by, my friend, he says as he continues looking them over and begins to speak with some of the other shopkeepers.
Y'all, I'm gonna get so many fucking gems.
Right?
Hey, Aesop,
Hmm?
after we're done here, I had one other stop before we leave. You want to head up to Potions, and herb merchant? I mean, it's part of your craft, but you want to stop by there? I'm thinking that these extra Tarask bones and maybe a little bit of the extra blood, I got too much crap on me, I could unload it on them.
Oh, yes, I certainly have my fill, and I bet you could get a pretty penny for it.
No.
So, Jason, after the 5,000, do I get 2,500?
So you're basically cutting that out of the 7,500.
Yeah.
So he's gonna go ahead and give you that vest. So essentially, you can add a vest with 2 gem slots.
Hell yes.
And
Nice.
as you know, once you slot a gem in there, it will technically count as a magic attire.
How have we never had anyone in the group that has jeweler's tools?
Something to consider. Something
Yeah.
maybe with a background for someone who doesn't have one. I don't know. I mean, it could be.
Would
up
some
to you.
cook be a jeweler though?
No, but I mean, it's up to you guys.
Vomits diamonds. Hey guys.
See it?
So yes, you'll get the vest with the 2 slots, and then you will also be given the 2,500, which is the remaining amount he was going to pay you.
Cool.
So
It's like his 2 top buttons on his collar are gonna be the gem slots or something like that.
That's pretty sick. Okay, so you can go ahead and add that, and he's just going to need to take a little time because that's a lot of money for just a marketplace like this. So they're going to.
I could buy
Work the
another one
funds out.
right now if I fucking wanted to. I've got so much money. I love shiny things.
Maybe you should put it on hush to take care of her, to make sure she's safe.
Oh, don't make me feel bad like that, friend.
I mean,
I would do anything.
5,000 on some armor. Maybe you should pick something up for her along the way. Something to save her when she's out in the wilds.
This is a good idea. Does the Twixt have an equivalent of Christmas?
Perhaps
Happy
somewhere.
harvest time.
Candle,
Are we doing a
candle night.
Christmas one shot?
Can we do
Are
a candle
doing-
nights?
Candle nights.
Yeah,
Candle nights!
gotta be candle nights.
Perhaps
Alright.
somewhere in the Twixt there is a holiday Christmas-related event.
On a planet
So-
full of elves and trees.
You, Aesop and Rinkaz, were doing this
Life
business.
day?
Glosse, were you doing anything in particular?
Yes!
What were you doing?
songs and instruments merchant. I would like to see if they have a good item.
That's what I'm going to.
They carry up to good quality, and so
Yeah,
everything on that list they would offer to you, unless you wanted to try for something on a higher tier.
Well, I can't afford anything on a higher tier, honey. Let's look at the good tier.
Why would you want a saxophone?
No.
Because I will buy you a saxophone.
Let's look at that loot they have. That magical DOS loot. I like the way that
Start
Loot.
with
Das Loot.
Now, have you looked at all
That's
of the
neat.
instruments of the bards? Because there's a lot of good ones.
Well, the one that's 5,000 is it's 5,000. So I'm looking at the ones that I can afford.
Makes sense.
So the one that I can't afford is the DOS loot. That happens to be here.
Fantastic.
It's a good weapon.
It is.
It's got magical stuff on it, which is fine.
I'm buying a drum.
Full-
It
so
looks.
it's 500.
It takes them a second to bring it out, Glacé, and it seems to be under a number of locks. You notice it seems to be made of a very fine, expertly crafted craftsmanship, and it gives you the sensation that this is probably something that, like, Alana Lu would use, as she mentioned to you that she uses some type of magically enchanted instrument.
Mhm.
So this is probably similar. It's not the exact same instrument she had before with her
Yeah.
harp, but it could be flavored up to whatever way you think it would look nice to have.
Hey.
Glacé.
Yes.
What else that they have here would you be interested in, if not that? Das Loot?
Why? I don't know what it does. I'd have to look it up. But the one that either the lyre or the what the hell does that say? Mandolin?
Mandolin?
Oh, it's a mandolin. Sorry, the text is small. Oh,
Because I have a weapon or two that I could possibly sell, and I wouldn't mind loaning. Not even loaning, just giving Glacé some money if it would help.
okay. Then let me look really quick at what it does. What they do, and if anyone needs to do anything else while I'll do this,
I
please.
also want to buy a drum, Jason. It's 6 gold. And it's yours.
Do you have drum proficiency, or are you just gonna be walking
No.
around?
No, I do. Yeah, because I took Gladiator, I
Oh,
now have proficiency in Disguise Kit and Drum.
oh,
Nice.
neat.
I also gained proficiency in Animal Handling.
Oh,
This kind of makes sense considering sugar.
Yes, I figured. And I have a feature called By Popular Demand. I can always find a place to perform, whether it's an inn, tavern, or circus, something like that, where I can receive. No, is that the right? Yeah, free lodging and food, or modest comfort, but at a modest, comfortable standard.
it's got to be real salt of the earth kind of stuff.
Glacé, the merchant at the songs and instruments, tells you that the loot that you're looking at has a number of spells that could be woven through it, such as animal friendship, protection from energy, fire, and protection from poison. They mentioned that they do have something potentially more advanced than this.
The
A very
mandolin?
rare item.
The
They
mandolin?
mentioned to you that the mandolin that they may or may not have can help cure wounds, dispel magic, give you protection from lightning energy, and they also mentioned that the other item, the lyre, can help shape stone, create a wall of fire, or even a wall made of wind.
Ooh,
They are more expensive, but he mentions that the magics that they offer could be more beneficial for adventurous travelers such as yourselves. Kind of getting the sense that you're a wild knot.
Okay, I do want the lyre.
Okay.
But do you have it?
I have some weapons that I don't use often, so let me go down to the weapon place and see how much they give me.
The merchant says, let me check first, as you need to make a high or low
Oh
luck
yeah.
roll.
Might as
What
well.
do you think, guys?
Do it. Might as well try.
Also, you are allowed to use your advantage on this if you'd like.
Ooh.
Oh, but it's so good. I like the advantage that I have.
I'll use mine. If can I use mine on her?
Do it, you coward.
Yeah. Sure.
All right. I will. I choose to.
But
use
you
mine
have
on
to make the
Glasshead.
high or low roll. So
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
So
Thanks.
you have advantage. Call high or low and just a straight d20 roll.
Let's go, Sun Kong. Let's go. Can I use my bark inspiration? Let's go, Sun Kong.
Unfortunately, not. No, not on a straight luck roll.
Wow, what a tyrant. Jason is
I know. I'm
Hi.
despicable.
Hi. Woo!
Yes!
very nice.
All right. Let me go down to the weapon merchants and see what they'll give me for my. I have 2 magic items possibly. I don't know if I want to. If I will sell both. It depends on what they offer.
Sun Kong, make a d2 roll.
D2? What the fuck?
Oh
What's
no!
happening?
What's between the mandolin and the lyre? Oh no! That's good, right?
2.
It is the lyre.
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 It's a
Tomato.
lie.
Lyre.
Lyre. The merchant tells you that it is rare that they ever get them, but they do have a lyre. Usually reserved only for the songstresses of the serenitals themselves. They do occasionally get an extra that they're able to offer to the general public.
It's up to you, Glasshead.
Oh yes, monkey.
All right, cool. I am down. Yeah. So, weapons merchant for myself.
I'll go to help you persuade them.
All right, as you are in the middle of doing that, Fa, what are you up to?
If I wanted to go and look at the tombs and scrolls merchant.
All right. Is there anything in particular you're looking for as you browse their wares?
You bet your ass. I'm flicking through them like it's old records. I'm like, oh, you know which one I'm really looking for, though? Forgot.
Uh-oh.
Unseen Servant. Oh, God, do you remember that one? That one was classic.
And what level would that be?
It's a level 1 ritual.
They have it.
Sweet. Oh, you know what else would be great, though? If we had Long Strider. That's a first level spell. Oh, God. Another good one. Another good one.
Let's see here. Tomes and Scrolls Merchant. These are both... Are these rituals?
Long Strider is not.
So let's see. Long Strider would then just be a first level scroll.
Yeah.
Okay. And then the Servant would be a ritual book of the first level?
Yeah.
Alright. Those are 2 different items, and so they would at least have one of each for you. And you would just need to pay the respective 150 gold.
Alright, so when I'm checking out, I'm going to ask them, you know, I heard some places keep Magic Mouth, the second level ritual behind the back. Is that something you guys, is that something you have? Which was not how I have envisioned that joke going, but I'm going to go with it.
The owner...
That phrasing, though.
That's what I'm saying. I'm going with it.
The owner of Hobzo's Arcana, Hobzo, raises a very furrowed Furbolg eyebrow and says, yeah, it's actually right here, he says, kind of pulling it up onto the counter.
It's right here, if you know what I mean.
Oh, yeah, that's what I was looking for.
250 gold for a scroll of Magic Mouth.
Whoa. Wait, it's ritual. It's 100.
Oh, I'm sorry. 100 gold, he says.
The ritual is them performing the ritual, I think.
Ritual book.
No, ritual book.
Ritual book. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Which, is that right? Because first and second level rituals are the same?
Yep, same price. I'm rolling with it.
Sweet. So 250 total here. You go, bud.
Appreciate the business, friend.
Yep.
He hands
Go
you
enjoy
the
this
scroll.
magic mouth. Bye.
Have fun with that stuff. Be safe.
Don't pry into my private life.
All right.
That's the best.
Oh, thanks. Bye.
You gather those things.
Oh, would he be willing to buy my scroll of minor illusion?
What level is that?
Minor illusion is, I think it's even a cantrip. Anybody? Minor illusion cantrip, yeah.
Yeah, it's a cantrip.
He says that he will offer you. Hang on just a second here. He looks it over as you show it off to him. And he says that he will offer you 25 gold pieces for it.
But this was my dad's scroll. Like, it means a lot to me. Are you sure you can't offer me any more?
Understandable about the sentimentality. If it means that much, you may want to keep it on you. Unfortunately, it
He
means
always
nothing
said
to
if
me.
you sell this for less than 30 gold, you can never come home.
Make a persuasion check.
That's deception.
A deception
That's
check.
not
That's right.
persuasion.
I mean, look, I don't know. Maybe.
Oh, okay, deception. Let's see, guys.
Filthy liar.
Oh, gee.
Oh,
You idiot.
What's with the 2 rolls here? Is that just your modifier?
No, I just rolled 2 at once. That's the first one. It's a 1.
Oh.
My macro is for rolling advantage, just in case.
He looks at you and says,
I don't really like people who try and take advantage of me. It's not very sportsmanlike and professional. I'm still gonna only offer you 25 gold pieces.
Okay.
Dad's goal, so real easy.
Fine.
he offers you the 25 gold pieces and finish his services and says,
Be seeing ya.
None of us eat first.
That's a threat.
With his mouth full.
I take a bad boy card. Alright, Fa is doing that. NVIDIA, are you doing anything specifically?
I would have followed Fawn to the scroll shop just to observe and just been completely perplexed.
As you are watching, being perplexed, 2 figures enter into the Hobzo's Arcana shop. They look dressed in whitish robes and hoods. They look feminine in nature, although across various aspects of their garb, there is gold across them. They look familiar to you, indeed. They step over to you and say, "Ah, hello, fellow Spark. Are you Inviti?"
Ooh.
Hi. Yeah. I'm in VD. You fellow Spark, your Sparks. Sparks look really smart. How are you?
Yes, we are Sisters of the Spark. It's nice to meet you. Well met, brother. And they reach out to shake your hand.
I'll reach out to shake back.
They each shake your hand and say, "We have been looking for you, brother. We received word that you were able to find a very powerful book that the Scintillation was looking to hopefully be able to procure."
Book. Yeah. I don't.
Can I kind of assess these people?
Sure, you can make an insight check, whatever you'd like.
Insight.
Yeah, insight sounds good.
I'll give you advantage on that if I can.
I would say no, only because this is kind of currently happening while you are dealing with the other shopkeeper.
Oh, okay, sure.
Insight is going to be at a +4.
All right.
That is a natural 20.
Oh,
Rush.
shit!
24.
You get a good boy card.
Very confused.
You, it's even with a natty 20, it's a little difficult to get a full read on the two because their mouths and faces are largely covered by their outfits. However, you are able to see that the one between the two that are speaking to you, one is studying you and almost trying to make sure and see if you have the book on you, while the other one seems to be studying Fa over at the counter.
Can I...
You seem to be studying the type of gear and outfit that you guys are wearing.
Uh-oh.
Well...
He's looking at my pants.
Yeah. Can I sneak in and detect magic?
What is the components? Would you have to do something verbally? Or even
No.
somatically?
Detect magic's at will for me. I'll pull it up
still
for you.
has like a vocal, somatic, material. It's got some of those. It's maybe multiples.
It is... Yeah, verbal somatic, you're right.
So you could certainly do it, although trying to hide it from them would be a little difficult considering that they are standing 5-6 feet away from you.
Can you all plug your ears just for a second?
Yeah, no.
It just means that they would more than likely see you casting detect magic.
Yeah, okay, we'll scrap that. Can I... Hold on, how are they speaking to me? What are they speaking in?
They are currently speaking in common.
Okay, just so after I shake hands, say,
You kind of have to excuse me. I didn't expect to meet friends here on Jaydra. What brings you out all this way?
Oh, brother, we have been looking for you. The lighthouse misses the tread of your feet, the brightness and brilliance of your mind. We were also hoping that you would bring back along with you the items that you found during your time back at the college. What brings you all this way yourself?
Great point. Hey, Fa, Fa, yeah, this is my friend Fa.
They
We're
turn
here,
and bow and introduce themselves. We are Sparks.
Ooh, sorry, just had a thing over there. Yeah, sparks of what?
We are part of a collective known as the Scintillation.
Yes. So, these are, I guess you could kind of say they're friends from college. You might want to talk with them a lot. They're
okay.
really smart. You see how smart they are?
Sure, I get what's going on here. You guys want
Indeedy,
to...
I don't believe we need to speak with your friends. Have you found yourselves in good company, though?
There's no reason for you to speak. Just sit there and watch. Paul pulls out a deck of cards.
Yes.
If you want me to keep going with this, I will.
One of them is kind of watching you, Fa, but they mostly seem paying more attention to you and VD.
Yeah, great company. There's like a whole bunch of friends that I made. It might be called like studying abroad because I've traveled so many places. It's wonderful. Did they seriously let you leave? You travel around and to find me? I mean,
Of
I don't I don't know
course.
why. I don't even think I mean, I kind of left school.
We have various field operations within the Scintillation. One of them being of a high order to find and retrieve you. Were you planning to return to the college with your belongings soon?
Yeah, actually, yeah, we were. So my friends, we travel around a lot, and we totally were planning on coming there. So, we actually just sent some of the friends, over there to go study about when we could come back, and they came back, and we got good news that we can come back. So, that's gonna totally happen soon.
Make a deception check and read.
He has Cecil with him, but Cecil's not on the map. I don't know if that...
Here we go. We'll add Cecil. Hang on.
Pocket sand.
You just need to give Fall the high sign. We'll be gone.
We're in the middle of a city. I wouldn't do that.
But you should.
I should, but I wouldn't do that. I can't. I have to play inside. I know I should, but
Do it.
supposed to. Alright, you said deception?
A deception, yes.
Can I assist him in that? I'm next to him? And actually doing a distraction?
You are next to him interacting, so yes, you can give him advantage.
Nice.
Hey. All right.
And Cecil is standing nearby, although he hasn't said a word this entire time.
All right. So at advantage, 24.
Nice.
We see that you have been busy. No doubt the dangers of your adventures at the college probably set you out on your own adventure. We are happy to eventually have you return to the Scintillation quarters, though. May we ask that we, in the meantime, borrow the tome from you so that we may begin advanced studies between now and your eventual return?
Yeah.
Quick eyes at Beatty.
The tome's not. Yeah, I can't give that over right now. I physically can't give it to you. So, but I can bring it with me when I come back because I would carry a tome with me at all times, right?
One of the other ones says, "Did you receive our letter upon your successful graduation?"
Right. I don't.
This is great.
I don't. All right. We're friends here. We're all sparks.
Of
you
course,
said.
brothers and sisters. Yes, we have looked far and wide for you.
Except for me, but yes.
Well, yeah,
Well,
well, Fa is really smart.
Well met
Fa would
either
actually
way,
be great.
Fa.
So, about that letter, I don't feel like I graduated, so I don't necessarily feel that applies to me. Does that? Have you heard that one before? You are really, really smart.
Well, if you find yourselves feeling as though you have certain failings within the trial at the college, all the more reason to return to the Scintillation so that we may help you properly in the way of studying and preparing yourself for future endeavors. The tome that you made out with, an item like that of a certain importance, we wish for it to be in the proper hands. If you feel as though you have certain failings within the college, all the more reason that it is in more understanding hands.
Yeah. Yes. For smart people, because that would be really important.
The Scintillation is some of the brightest of minds, as you know.
Yeah. Yes. That's why I inspired to be there. But yeah, how mail maybe, but I would bring it in person later when I go. But yeah, not now. I physically can't give it to you now, but when I show up in person, yeah, that's what we're gonna agree on? Yes.
This is crazy.
Are you saying you don't have it?
Um,
Is there an
I'm just
issue?
no issue at all. We're all fine here. How are you? But no, I physically cannot give it to you right now. Is all I'm saying. I don't have a means to do that.
Are they carrying weapons or anything?
They both have in their hands a large golden staff.
I can't sneak that away from them, sorry.
They both look to one another and then back at you and say, "Very well then. Well, when you see fit to return, or perhaps at a later time, we would appreciate to call on you again. Perhaps there is a better way that we could help entice you to join the Scintillation ranks again. We wish to help, brother."
Yeah. Thank you for helping. That sounds really good. And yes, I need to come back. You're right. So
And you'll
I'll
be
get
bringing the tome with you.
Oh yes. The tome and can my friends come? Because I made a lot of smart friends, and it'd be really good if they could come with me. Because, right, the lighthouse, right? The lighthouse is a great place.
How many in your party were considering in coming?
Oh, well, it's a party for sure. Like we have this guy who really likes hollow vids. We have a farmer. We have a really smart friend that can dance. We have a
4 members?
well, we kind of get a lot of new friends all the time. So sometimes it's 5, sometimes it's 10. Then we meet more friends, then it's 12. A lot of friends. Can I bring a lot of friends, please?
There may be certain restrictions, of course, depending on the privileges of being a lighthouse member. However, it is possible that with a proper induction, they may be allowed to enter the halls of the Scintillation as you were.
Yes, that was a lot of fun to do that. Very challenging, fun initiation. I would recommend it to a lot of people.
Well then, continue on your adventures, brother, and may the light show you the path. We shall be speaking soon, the other one says, and they begin to step away after bowing to each of you.
I will bow right back.
It was just
And
the
then
two
wave.
of them there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just okay.
They step
two-
out of the Arcana shop and are gone.
They were really bad at magic. One of them didn't pay attention to me at all.
I wish they did, but thank you really much for trying. Thank you a lot.
Hey, problem. That was really weird, though. Don't do that.
Yes. Yeah, let's not do that again, ever. Yes. Ever.
You want me to make sure they don't follow you around again? I'm gonna yell that over the comm.
No, let's not bother them at all, ever. Let's just continue shopping and go back to the ship. Please, yes. I'm done here.
Is everything okay? Guys, I sold my boots.
Gross.
Oh,
I mean,
missed
great.
it.
I got a lot of money.
Cecil, mask covering his face, follows you in video while twirling around a bit outside. Alright, everyone should be taken care of except for Sun Kong Glace. You were trying to sell some stuff.
That dude, Yeah, we went to Sun Kong, and
Yes.
I went to go sell some of his stuff and try
What
to
were
sell
you-
it for a high price.
What were you trying to sell?
Take one of these.
I want to see what they will offer me for the Arbiter, and possibly the Chaos Blade.
Oh, selling
Oh,
the chaos.
really?
What a what? A what blade?
The chaos blade, blade of chaos.
Sure.
That's what it says.
Made
on
of
the tin.
flesh. It's really gross.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
Oh, okay, that does sound right.
You're trying to sell the Chaos Blade and anything else?
Chaos Weapon and the Arbitrator? The Arbitrator
Holy shit.
+2?
Trying to sell the Arbitrator, huh?
Maybe.
Man,
I would steal that from you so fast if I could use it.
Right, yeah, no, I took it because I'm the only one who can use it, but I've only used it once. And
What is it?
It is a +2 weapon that also has a gem already socketed in it, the Muscovite gem. It lets the user cast the enhance ability spell as many times per long rest as their proficiency modifier.
Mm.
And then, of course, the Chaos Weapon. We all know what that is. Short sword, legendary. When you roll a 1 or 20, you roll on the Chaos Weapon effects table.
So sick.
I don't know if I want to sell both, but I'm just curious. First, actually, would probably be the Arbiter.
Do what
See
now?
how much they offer. The Arbitrator +2. How much that? I want to see how much that would give.
For the Chaos Blade, they look it over. There is a certain amount of disgust on some of their faces. They tell you that they will pay 1,000 gold pieces for it. However, they plan to destroy it afterwards.
Yes!
What about
Beauty,
the?
that's how you throw money down the drain.
What about the Arbitrator?
The Arbitrator, you see the merchants begin to gather together. Some from other stores as they look over this item.
That's the real prize. I'll keep the Chaos Weapon if I get enough for the Arbitrator.
There is almost 10-15 minutes of conversation between them.
It's a good weapon.
How did
and
we
it's
get
got
it?
A gem. We found it. I think we found it in the.
I want to
pyramid.
tell a fucking crazy story about how it was in like a crazy trapped dungeon. We were underground, and it was guarded by all these demon monsters, and we almost died getting it. It's special.
We were
but-
poisoned. There was
Yeah.
poison air.
Is this more deception or more
No,
performance?
this is true.
A performance.
All right. Give me
Ooh,
a
can I play my
performance
drum to aid her?
Yeah, he's adding like dun, 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 like a beat, like a scary like.
check.
To her performance?
It'll certainly add some flair, but let's see what her role ends up being.
Alright, my performance. Oh, fam, that's a 30.
What the fuck?
I rolled a 17.
Holy shit.
Sometimes
that's the
Cards.
17.
One of the furbolgs comes over with a couple halflings as they seem to be finishing a fine inspection of the item. They seem to be holding it with like a cloth hands. They're like not even touching the weapon as they're looking it over.
This is a mighty weapon you brought us. No doubt you brought it from a place that was difficult to make your way into and out of, seeing that you all are wild knots.
we almost died.
Yeah.
This item, no doubt, is worth a fortune. We, of course, being humble merchants, even at the capital here, are not able to probably offer you the full value of such an item. However, we do believe that the defensive capabilities of such an item, especially in the hands of the Serenitals, for protection purposes, would be extremely advantageous. We would be able to pay you all of what we can.
What the fuck?
And that is 15,000 gold.
Did they just say 15,000?
What? Well, what
I'm
about?
gonna push- I'm gonna put
Go ahead.
what?
What about adding in a loot or the
That's what I was gonna say. Can you throw in the lyre that they have at the song and instruments merchant, and we'll call it a deal.
That is truly all of the money that we were able to source together. You're more than happy to buy the lyre,
Okay.
but we would simply deduct that from the cost of what we'll be willing to give you for this.
Honestly, I just was hoping. Yeah, no, that's fine. I'm not even gonna say.
So 10,000 gold pieces and the lyre along with it.
Thank you, Sun
Sounds-
Kong. The best monkey.
Sounds good.
It still takes them like another 30 minutes, and you see many bags of gold exchanging hands. A number of halflings take the arbitrator and, working in tandem, shift it, moving back towards the capital, the higher grounds. They place it in a cart and cover it multiple times, and a few of these centaur-like guards around here post up against the cart as they begin trotting off. They bring you a handsome bag of 10,000 gold, Sun Kong, and along with it, Glace the lyre. Hand it over to you.
I'm like hugging Sun Kong. You're the best.
My pleasure. Anything that'll help you.
The arbitrator has been handed over and is no more.
I owe you.
You don't owe
Jason's
me.
like, these fucking idiots didn't know they were gonna need this to defeat the final boss.
No, I'm happy because you guys have such a collection of all kinds of fucking magical knickknacks that this is cool for you to actually be able to spin the coin to sell them.
He'd rather give us gold than keep track of how many items we actually have.
That there is some certain truth to that as well.
There's a whole world
Honestly,
of reality under there.
I was just hoping for the 5,000 at least to buy the lyre.
I
So that
mean,
was
a
3 times.
a +2 masterwork item slotted with a really, really good enhance ability spell. I mean, that's worth some money, without a doubt.
Yeah. I was already thinking about selling it anyway, and when Glace is like, there's other things I'd like, I'm like, why not?
Thank you.
Makes the party better than just having something sit.
Yeah, and I'll probably use the gold on like Aesop building stuff or for the party or I don't know. Getting gems. I've got 12,000 gold.
Ooh.
Yeah. I would just work it down.
12,864 gold.
Just make yourself a living tattoo.
Just work it down to
Ooh,
11,000 and
yes,
stop
I
thinking
can get a
about
new
spending.
tattoo.
I need-
Actually, yeah. Ooh.
I told you we need to go to some more outlying planets. All these tree-hugging hippie planets. A nice place with guns and tattoos and booze.
Yeah.
These places suck.
You know, Sun Kong, with that kind of kicking around money, you could really get some sort of powerful spellcraft going for you.
Well, I mean, what would you recommend? Because Sun Kong, I have no idea.
3 hearts.
3 hearts.
I mean, I think it's worth noting that it would be very sad if we had another member of our group, well, meet an unfortunate end. Perhaps we could use some of those funds, some of which I got as well, to put towards a scroll or perhaps a potion that could reverse the unfortunate side effects of not being alive anymore.
Conjure water. You're right. We don't want to dehydrate.
I mean, if we find
haven't
someone,
considered this.
if we find someone that sells that kind of spell, or scroll or however this works for you magic people. I wouldn't be adverse to picking that up.
Sun Kong says, as Nvidia and Fa come out of the Hobzo's Arcana to meet with the rest of the group.
Yeah.
Like, in case Nvidia falls, because he does that for us, but if he goes down, then we're fucked.
Yes. Yes.
Well, I happen to know of a spell, a little too magical for my means, but there is just good old-fashioned raise dead. Gets around the whole putting you in a new body thing, you know?
Yeah, I mean, where are we heading next? We're heading to...
I mean, right here at the scroll shop, right?
Yeah.
Do they have it here?
What level is it?
It's 5th level.
Oh, I can't cast that.
Shit,
what?
Do we have any?
What
Oh,
is a
Nvidia.
5th level? What now?
It's a
I'm
spell.
sorry. Yeah. Yes, I like spells. What are we doing? I'm not paying attention.
Oh, it's fine. So we're talking about buying some scrolls of raised dead.
Yes, I agree. I don't like when people die. Remember when the kid died?
Don't remind me.
Market price is 2,500. I would be more than happy to pay some of the money I just got to buy one. If somebody like Sun Kong, Mr. Bunnybags over here wants to buy 1 or 2 more, we'd be in pretty good shape.
Well, let's go see how many they have.
Probably none. Let's go.
Right, it may be. Well, no, they're gonna have. So yeah, let's roll for it.
I walk in and I ask the proprietor, what the fuck? I wouldn't say proprietor. Aesop would though. Hello, proprietor.
Can I stay with you guys while you buy the scroll, please?
Do. You'd
Okay,
be the one,
thank you.
You'd be the one casting it.
I don't know anything about magic.
High-level spell scrolls. Raise dead, and failing that, I suppose resurrection would work as well. Oh no, sorry. Reincarnate is 5th level.
We do have a reincarnate in stock, he says.
Roll me a d4 if you don't mind.
Okie doke. Rolling. Oh, I was. Do I also get to roll?
Sorry.
It's not much better.
It's not.
That's okay. I'm going to take Aesop's roll since he was the one kind of speaking to the merchant.
Makes
He tells you that he does have reincarnate spells in stock. He also says he may potentially have a raise dead scroll. However, this is typically a scroll that would be held by the Serenals themselves, so he'll have to check. So I'll need you to make a high or low luck roll.
You got your info card. You got your info.
I'm gonna use it. I'm gonna treat it like any other inspiration, and I'm just gonna say hi.
All right.
Oh, whoo!
Oh,
Woo! All right.
He fumbles around through his various. It's like a wall where you would stock wine, except it's full of scrolls instead. And he like pulls out various ones until he dusts off one. And says,
Yeah, looks like we actually have a raised dead spell scroll left over. Yeah.
Aha! Fantastic! I'll take it for 2,500 gold. It's been a pleasure doing business with you.
I mean, do we want both?
Well, I'm just saying what I'm paying with mine.
Oh, okay. I'll take the other, whatever it was. What was it? Raised dead?
Hey,
Resurrection.
I'm assuming it is market price, Jason, for what is listed, but
2,500. Yep.
yeah.
And he also turns to you, Sun Kong, and says that he has a reincarnate spell scroll.
That's it. I want that one.
That will be 2,500 as well.
Scroll of Raised Dead.
He also says,
Hey, are you, we've been talking amongst ourselves, especially when you sold that, pretty, nice-looking weapon back there. Are you guys Wild Tycoons by any chance?
Oh, Oh, he's heard of us. Turn Rec on! Turn Rec on
Oh,
right
Rec's
now!
been on. Rec is on unless we say he's not on.
Good.
Yeah.
Yep, that would be us.
Yeah, it's nice to meet you guys. You've been through your fair share, so it's nice to do business with you and finally meet you in person.
Oh, but of course.
Appreciate you guys helping us.
Well, hopefully the things you bought here at the Agora help you out on your travels. Good luck to you.
Well, with these schools, I hope not, but keep watching. Maybe we'll have to use them on on an episode.
Hope not.
Hope not, but maybe. Knowing us.
Yeah, he bids you adieu, and you guys head off with both a spell scroll of Raise Dead as well as a spell scroll of Reincarnate.
Money well spent in my book.
Yeah.
I give my scroll to Invini.
Good, yes. Have Nvidi hold on to that. I'll hold on to the Raised Dead. That way, if one of us, explodes, we'll still have another one.
Okay.
I'm still looking at tattoos, though. I still got like 10,000 gold.
So, are we done here? Are we done shopping, everyone?
Did we want to go to the potion shop still, Aesop?
Oh, sure.
Oh.
I will come with.
I'm just going to sell.
I'm gonna stay with you guys. Thanks. Yeah.
Yeah, I think at
I'll
this point we can all go together, right?
Yeah, I'll stick with the group also, definitely.
Sounds good.
All right, you guys head over to the potions, poisons, and herbs merchant, and you can whatever you'd like, and you could even make an attempt to roll on a higher tier. It's up to you. Just let me know.
I come in, I start unloading stuff onto the counter and say I'm looking to sell things. Three bones of the Tarrasque. Two of them are the big, larger ones, the big chunks that I tore off from the leg. Or a couple of vials of Tarrasque blood. 2 vials of black ivy paste. 1 bottle of dip. The nasty, disgusting stuff.
The merchants confer with one another. There seems to be 2 shopkeepers here. They study the items that you look over, and one of the elf attendants says, well, we may not have many funds left over from the purchase of that weapon from your friend, but we do believe that certain bones and fragments from a place we've heard of called Relica may hold magic within them, and thus may help us, or at least the Serenitals. All of these items together may not be much, but we would be able to net you 1,500 gold pieces.
That seems a pretty decent deal to me, as I whisper.
We may be able to offer more at a future point. Our gold reserves are a little tapped at the moment. Hopefully you understand.
No. Actually, I thought a capital city would have much more in their coffers.
I mean, they just clean them out for more gold.
If I did.
Most people will never see in their entire life.
They, like,
Insulted
you
the
know
poor
this
guy.
already, Rinkaz, but they go through the spiel of talking about how they just bought this pretty amazing item off of Sun Kong, and that actually took a bit of scrounging up between the merchants to pay for something like this.
I listen as they do, and I slowly pack up everything and just shrug and start to walk out.
I look to the people behind the counter. Go, just tough customer, huh? Thank you.
Perfectly understandable. Good luck to you.
Mm-hmm.
Guys, adventuring's fun, isn't it? You just get things. I love
Yeah.
it.
Things are always fun.
So now, are we done here?
Guess so.
Would you like to go to the observatory place?
Yes, that's the best part of this trip.
Then let's
Speak
go.
for yourself. I got a piece of arm.
This might be the best place on the planet, actually, or in this
I
region.
got a drum. I'm super excited.
He's like, I got a drum, he says, carrying around 10,000 gold.
Yeah, Sun Kong, what are you gonna do with that money?
I'm looking at tattoos.
Buy
Oh
food.
my god. He's insatiable for these tattoos.
He's a man after my own heart. I'm still waiting to get the Aesop one. Or the Kasakata one.
Oh, sad. My heart.
Sad.
I really kind of want Mob the Dragon.
I try to play this instrument that I'm not attuned to yet. I have to make I have to make a DC save though.
Oh god.
Oh no.
Potential big.
I just hit it, so I play this lyre and
What's it do, Glace?
so I'm playing it as we're walking to the observatory,
Mm-hmm.
and I can use an action to play the instrument and cast one of its spells. Invisibility, levitate, protection from evil and good, stone shape, wall of fire, wind wall. Once the instrument has been used... Oh, no, I can't do any of this because I'm not attuned to it. Is that right?
Well, we could say that in between your marketplace adventures, it sucks up a couple hours that you could attune to it.
Okay, as I'm playing it, I'm like singing a song and playing it, and Sun Kong begins to levitate.
Ooh.
I love it!
Whoa.
Whoa.
This is awesome.
Dance, Aesop, dance!
Oh, no, god damn it, I hate this! This is the worst thing ever!
I'm so glad I bought this.
I hate you, Glace! Make it stop!
I laugh at him. See, that's the magic that comes from this hellacious place.
Oh, that's all I have.
You guys work your way up back a little bit in the higher tiers of the Jaydra capital. You find yourselves at a checkpoint, seeing that way up above you is Alicia's observatory. You remember now as you come up to this checkpoint that the way to reach it is by paying a small fare and riding up on a dire pigeon.
Amazing.
An elf attendant at this stand is seeing off what looks to be some other member who is heading off on a dire pigeon. You notice Fa and Nvidi, as well as probably you too, Aesop, that these look like your standard pigeon, possibly even something similar to the ones you saw in Scourge, except they are massive in size. The beating of their wings seems to reverberate through your ears. As one is flying up, you see another one descending down from the observatory platform. It lands on the ground with a thud as its two bird-like feet stomp on the ground. It looks around with its massive head, its eyes looking in multiple directions. The elf attendant looks to you all and says, a gold piece to ride up and back down.
It's a horrifying sound.
Giant pigeon!
Will you each be
I pay my
visiting?
golds.
Alright, so he takes a gold from each of you, and it may take two different pigeons, but you are each able to, as you approach the pigeon, it looks to each of you and drops down onto the ground squatting and allows you guys to climb up on top of it. And then
I pet it.
you pet the large, huge neck of its back, scraping the large feathers. It turns its face to you and looks at you with one large eye and then turns back. It throws its wings out as you each grapple onto the makeshift saddle that's been created for you to hold tight and lifts you all into the air, taking you up to the observatory.
I'm gonna tell it about its acidic cousins that we met.
It brings you up to a platform that is a little separated from the main observatory. There's like the circular area of a platform that you land on, and then a bit of a narrow walkway that leads to the observatory itself that you kind of see in the image. The area is covered in different grass and shrubs and things like that, giving it, even at this height, still a more grounded look. The pigeons land, you each get off and see another attendant there. As you step off, he helps some of you off. You begin working your way towards the observatory proper. You can see that the doors are opened, and there actually seems to be some renovations that have happened to the observatory since you last visited. And you guys find yourselves at the entrance of the observatory. I will switch maps here.
Oh, this place is always so cool.
If you will scroll down, you will find yourselves at the observatory.
Very nice. Wow.
Oh, did it look like this last time?
It did not.
Oh.
Full of renovations.
Wow, that's nice.
What did it look like before?
It was dark and wood and kind of like a classic.
Yeah, it was very.
Quite a renovation.
Mm-hmm.
Remind
So
me
what do
of
you
an
guys
old
do?
dock.
I look for that beautiful, one of the beautiful people that helped us last time. There was a guy with white hair, a girl with white hair, and then Alicia?
Alicia is the woman who helped you before. She was a ASMR.
Yeah.
That's on Terminum. And she helped you previously. She is probably somewhere within these walls, although you know there's another of other members in attendance of this place too.
Well, let's walk in and see if anybody recognizes us.
Sure. I will follow your lead.
Hello, beautiful people!
The beautiful people.
A young elf-like woman steps over and says, "Greetings. Oh,
Hi.
Wild Tycoons. It's nice to see you again. Welcome back. It's been some time."
Oh, it has. Love what you've done with the place.
Yeah.
Yes, the Astronomers Guild has grown, very fortunately.
Very
Now,
good.
what brings you here today?
Well, we're in town. We have people, haven't met Alicia yet, and, thought we might have a little chat. Since we haven't, been here for a long time. It's just nice to stop by, catch up, see if there's any news.
Excellent. If you don't mind, as long as if you are willing, keep your voices down. There are some...
Oh.
No, you are fine here on the first level. There are some teachings happening on the second floor. However, you've arrived at a good time. Alicia is currently in between a few meetings. She is on the third floor at the observatory proper. If you would please just ascend the stairs here, she says, waving a hand over at the stairwork. You notice that in between the stairs is this programmed illusion, almost similar to the one that's in the mission control of your ship that shows various constellations and star patterns kind of just floating in the air. You outstretch your hand, Glacé, and it just kind of goes through the shapes as you watch them slowly spin around.
You guys have certainly upgraded. I like it.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
I will start heading up the stairs.
Alright, you begin ascending the stairs and find yourself on the second floor. As you ascend the stairs, each of you guys can move your tokens over here. You will see that it appears to be... Some of these faces look a little familiar, while others don't. There are a number of what look to be other students, potentially. They seem to be in the same star-covered garb that most of the other Astronomy Guild members are, and they seem to be currently listening to a lecture given from two of the members up at the front. They turn to lock eyes with you, and then turn back to the group, seeing that you do this glacé and trying to just pass by and continue giving their lecture. They seem to be giving a lecture about a certain thing called constellations. You guys continue working your way to the other set of stairs to find yourselves working up to the final level of the astronomy guild, the observatory area. You can go ahead and move up to the next level now as you ascend the stairs.
I'm gonna die of fate to see if Fall wants the endless boring lecture. Oh, she sure does.
Oh no! Bye, Fall!
Oh, wow. Yeah?
Oh no!
All the boring details.
Fa, you stick around for just a couple of seconds to hear these two members up front explaining that constellations look like a constellation, a pattern in the sky. And although they are massive in size, they are actually creatures that the Astronomy Guild works to commune with, as they have a very old age to them and thus carry secrets about the Twixt as a whole.
Totally into this kind of stuff.
They seem to be going over the process of trying to communicate, not only locating them using the observatory, but communicating with them. It's interesting, but seems like you would probably need to spend quite a few more weeks understanding the exact nature of how to contact these beings.
Okay.
Hang on just a second. Let's see here. Oh, I thought I revealed this area, sorry. Let's reveal this. There you go.
Thank you, thank you. Oh.
You each ascend the stairs, seeing, similar to the image, a large number of round golden orbs, as if to be a facsimile of various planetary systems, all held by goldish rods in a large and intricate design in the center of the room. At each of the 90-degree areas of the room to the left and right and forward are large telescopes. As you enter, your steps sort of echoing as you ascend the marble stairs. On one of the golden orbs, slowly shifting in this large design, you see a very sizable owl. Not huge, but larger than the typical one you see. Turn to look at you all, and then look back. In between this large design, Lasse and the rest of you, as you catch up to the top level here, you look through and see Alicia turning to see you all.
Is the orrery still the same as last time?
It looks similar, but there certainly seems to be a cleaner and perhaps even just completely redesigned look to it all.
Okay. Hello, Alicia. Long time no see. Love what you've done with the place.
Wild knots. The wild tycoons, actually. It is good to see you all again. Welcome to the Astronomy Guild. You probably have noticed that we have had a bit of a facelift since you last visited.
Looks great.
I'm happy to hear that you enjoy it.
Aesop, pleasure to meet you.
Oh, hello there, Aesop. My name is Alicia. I am the head of this guild. It is nice to meet your acquaintance.
Yes, Glasse says great things about this place.
Oh, does she? Well, good.
That one over there, messing with that, is Fa. She's also a new member of our crew.
You guys, guess what I can see through this?
What can you see?
It's a big planet.
I don't know what I expected.
Hello, Fa. Nice to meet you. There is no smoking up here, unfortunately, she says, pointing towards Vatnak, who, in a curmudgeonly fashion, stows his pipe.
What a fucking nerd.
Another, she says, holding up a finger and slowly shifting towards Nvidi.
Oh,
I don't
yes!
believe I've met you yet.
Hello. I'm in Vidi. This is my friend Jira. Hi.
Fa side eyes and Vidi and starts slowly out her deck of cards.
She
Thank you, Fa.
steps over and greets you with a handshake and pets Nvidi. No, she doesn't pet
Oh,
she pets
Step in line.
You are very smart.
she pets Jira, and Jira warmly coos.
So very smart.
She turns for just a second and looks at you with a bit of a solemn face, Glossa, and says, I'm sorry to hear about Kaz.
Oh. Well, yes, I suppose it was. Yes. Thank you. It's sad, but he did a very heroic thing, and he saved us.
He must have done something grand.
Well, yes. It was, yes. Engulfed by a witchlight marauder.
Excuse me?
Yes, that happened. It was a long. Listen, it was weird. It was a long time ago. Have you seen anything in the stars lately?
I have seen many things. What do you speak of exactly?
Do you know anything?
I've seen a planet.
Yeah, Fosse's a planet. Yeah. Have you heard anything about Twilight by any chance? Just any updates? Any more heartbeat stuff?
There is no doubt, although the rhythm of the heartbeat seems to have shifted a bit, that your heartbeat still seems tied to the Twixt itself. As for Twilight, there are whispers among the constellations about a similar term. They don't refer to it as Twilight, though there are certain, let's just say, translations that make me think that it is of this Twilight event.
What are they calling it?
Nothing we can pronounce with our tongues.
I see. Do you know what language it is in?
It is difficult to put it into words. Some form of primordial, I believe.
Oh.
Cause can speak that?
Far.
I'm sorry. Did somebody say primordial? I took a class.
A form of it, yes, though very heavily modified. We have those here within the observatory that are able to speak fluently in multiple languages, and they even have a difficult time deciphering it.
Hey, Fa, you're really smart with languages. You think we can help? I know the planet's really interesting.
Are you on mute, Kyle?
Hello?
Hello.
Hello?
There you
Hear
are.
you.
Hey! It was a weird mix of lag and trying to mute. Yeah, I mean, I took the introductory courses, but all I can say is, rah. That just means hello.
Well, could we take a look and see if we know anything of it?
The constellates themselves, you mean?
Oh, it's not anything written?
No, these are things that we've studied over days, sometimes weeks.
Oh. Oh. So they're stars.
They are beings made of stars.
Oh, yeah. Can we look?
Yes, of course.
Oh, exciting! Yes, let's look.
Fa, she waves a hand over towards the area where Fa is. She steps over and seems to twist a couple knobs, turning and twisting. Fa, coming into focus now, beyond the blue of the sky, you're able to make out what looks like a distant constellation. Make a perception check.
Oh well.
9.
9 is plus 8, 17.
Oh.
It looks as though it has the shape of a humanoid, and the way that it kind of looks roughly is of a humanoid maybe like sitting down.
Oh, no.
Oh,
What do you see, Fa?
lazy asshole.
Move over. Let me see. I want to see. I want to see.
Frost shouts at it, "Stand up, you're on the job."
Glace, you peer through, and with the help of Fa, having noticed it before, you're able to make out the series of faint lights in the distance. Takes you a couple turns of the head and squints of the eyes, but you're able to see what looks like a sitting humanoid.
Oh, she's right. It is a lazy constellation, isn't it?
I like to imagine that you censored yourself with constellation.
Lazy constellation.
Yeah, that's great.
Would you mind if I took a look as well?
You're all welcome to, she says. I trust you all.
Perception check? Yes?
Sure.
Why does it look like a person? Is that normal?
Constellates take many shapes and sizes. Sometimes there is meaning behind them, other times it is more difficult to decipher.
14 total.
You peer through Rinkaz, and although you do not glean any more information, you're able to easily see the stars in the distance, and you're able to make out it looks like a sitting humanoid.
I turn to her and also apologize and say, thanks for the warnings beforehand. You kind of warned us about a little bit of what was ahead out there, and I guess maybe we took your words too lightly. It's a shame Kaz had to go.
It is a shame that I did not have a chance to speak with him more. The life that you all lead as Wildknots is a difficult one. Though you tycoons in particular, you seem to lead a particularly difficult life.
Well, you work hard and you play hard. You get paid for what you do.
It's shiny click-clacks.
There are murmurings among the constellates that speak of this twilight, to give it a name. We are not sure what exactly it is.
Oh, I mean, was it, really quick, the arcane man didn't say that Twilight was a secret, right?
He said it was like
Well, he told us what it was, but it wasn't a secret, is that right?
He never specifically mentioned it being a secret.
I'm gonna say it. Okay,
I was gonna say, are we all thinking the same thing?
Say it.
I'm.
Do it in character.
I look to the others. Well, we have an idea about what Twilight is.
Oh, please, with your experience and your travels out across the entirety of the Twixt, I would love to hear your own take.
Is anybody giving me? I'm looking at you guys. You like if you're like doing any like no's or yes.
Go
I
for
would
it.
nod a little. I mean, I feel me as a character, and maybe Renkaz may have an idea.
Please tell me what is on your minds, Wild Knots.
If that constellation's, maybe something or someone we met before. Someone that we had to protect and look out for, and made sure lived. The other lazy human we had to carry around for quite some time in a chair. You think she has any connection?
No. I mean, I don't.
I think it has to be more than just sitting in a chair. Otherwise, it could be the navigator. Could be anyone that sits in a chair, right?
Well,
I mean, that's even assuming that we should be connecting the dots here, and even assume that this constellation has anything to do with us.
so what we know of Twilight, and I'm going to look back at Alicia, is that it is a natural occurring event that happens that no mere mortals can make happen, and it brings upon extreme amount of change within the omniverse, throughout the omniverse. So that's what we have learned that it is.
Interesting. This event, do you portend it to be of good or bad fortune? Or perhaps neutral?
Well, I mean, if the Dark Trine is trying to make it happen, I don't see it being any good.
It could be something neutral that evil folks are using to nefarious ends. That's my assumption, at least.
Co-opted for evil.
I assume, no doubt, you have run into your fair share of both sides of these parties.
The
Let's see.
list of good guys is pretty short.
Yeah. I mean, there was a town that was, like, praising it. But we don't have any idea if it was connected.
No doubt that the rumor that spread due to misinformation or perhaps misguidance or perhaps willful ignorance would lead to some people believing that the event is not an event but a person. Perhaps this Twilight is a person. It's difficult to say. I was not aware of the details of this event, or whatever this is. However, from our extensive research of the constellates for years now, we were able to glean that between their murmurs, which cannot always be trusted, but they do facilitate a certain amount of hidden truths because of their size and enormity, that they portend that this Twilight will originate here in the Twixt, and that it is not far away from happening.
Oh boy, I don't know how I feel about that. Scared? I feel scared.
The natural order of the universe has changed, but I would prefer to stay alive. I mean, right?
This Twilight, this natural cycle. She seems lost in her thoughts for a moment. Sorry. Sense of deja vu, I suppose.
Really?
It sounds familiar. Perhaps not Twilight the term itself, but perhaps I've forgotten it.
I'm gonna turn to Rinkaz because I'm gonna turn to Rinkaz. You know, I don't know why this is on my mind, but I can't help but think it might have something to do with it. A long time ago, you know, that vision tea that we had. I had a vision that I ran into the arcane man on the ship, and lo and behold, it happened. I had another vision because I also drank that tea again.
Yeah.
And it was a ship exploding. And I can't help but think that it might have some kind of tie to maybe Twilight. I mean, our ship seems to be so mysterious. I don't know if maybe I'm just being paranoid, but it's just what it kind of reminds me of.
Did you say our ship or a ship?
Our ship.
Oh, well, that seems pretty, that's not...
No, it's not.
Was the last time we had an oil change?
That's a good point. I just got chills in and out of character, I'll put it that way. You said you ran into the arcane man. Of course we did, but I mean, he seemed truthful, but what if he isn't who he says he is?
What do you mean? What
I don't even know who he says he is, really.
I mean, who... Like, so we all met up in the past, right? Like, we met up before, most of us. And, you know, stuff happened. And...
Oh, he is the one that called us all together.
I mean, didn't something call us all together beforehand?
It was him.
I mean...
Right?
Way back before we knew we...
Sigil.
What if he's tied to that somehow? What if he knows that person that originally called us together? Maybe that's tied in somehow.
Rinkaz, Glace, Sun Kong, you guys would definitely know that he was involved. He was there when the whole thing happened.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I don't...
Well, his heartbeat has to be connected with ours. It's got to be one of the heartbeats beating throughout the stars. So, I mean, I think we should at least try to trust him. I mean, we did...
At least we learn more information.
Oh, what was that? You're a little robot-y.
Oh, fuck.
Did we lose you? Say it again,
no.
Luke. No, I think
Sorry, frozen.
Frozen.
we're getting you spotty, Luke. Hello? Hello?
No, he's out.
Did he
He got,
leave?
he got disconnected.
Uh-oh.
And he's frozen.
Well,
But I think he
shit.
was saying something about we need more information.
No. I completely agree with him. I don't know. Let's just say I'm a little weary of anybody who isn't you guys lately. And I look over to Lycia and say, you of course, because you've done nothing but give us good information from the start.
I am a neutral party. I only seek to understand. It is part of my position here as the head of the Astronomy Guild. You all in particular, your fates seem inextricably tied to the Twixt, and thus any information you're able to provide upon your travels, I would love to try to corroborate, or at least put in my own pieces of the puzzle.
Well, neutrality is needed in a crazy place like this, so I appreciate it.
I'm gonna kind of get in between Sun Kong and Rinkaz. like bring him close and make sure my mic is up to my ear so the others can hear me. Do you think we should tell her about the events? The Mimir events?
I mean,
I think it's about time we started telling.
weren't we told to tell people from, you know who? Our old friend Creakin. Remember him speaking of it too?
Well, he wanted to do it originally, yes. But I think we should do it slowly and to certain people.
She would be the best party to do it to.
I think so. So what do you guys think? It's okay?
I mean, I'm fine with it.
Right.
Sung Kong has a beef jerky ration sticking out of the side of his mouth as he's slumped on the floor sleeping.
Alright, then I will walk up to Alicia. Okay, there's a bit more that we learned that might come to a shock to you, but you might want to sit down for this one, honey.
Oh, she's the sitting humanoid now. I get it.
I am all ears, she says.
Do you know of a place called Sigil?
No.
There's once a place called Sigil before the Twixt. And, well,
So 101 years ago, a place existed, a sigil.
well, maybe not. No. Sorry. No, wait, can that be right? No. That can't be right. That's a long time. 10 years ago, maybe? There was something called Sigil.
Well, a long time in the Twixt plane.
Oh, maybe. I don't know how the time stuff works! I just know the stories, honey. Now let me tell the stories. We were part of Sigil, and there was a big extravaganza. An event that pulled everyone together, and there was a big bang, and we were connected to this whole event, and well, me, Sun Kong, and Rinkaz, and Kaz, and some others. We blew up Sigil on accident, by mistake. Well, maybe it was more of a some of us were controlled, okay? Nothing's ringing a bell to you? Nothing's coming back? Were you?
No. Was this a city or a town, a settlement?
No.
Let's say that there's a place that you go to that connects everything to everything.
Because maybe she needs to touch the Mimir or see the Mimir.
Yeah, that's a really good idea.
Alicia, will you?
Yes.
This is very important, and it's connected to the universe. Will you come to our ship and look at this thing? It's done. It's awakened memories in us that we didn't know we had. And maybe it will work on Fa. She doesn't have any memories. Maybe it will work on all of them.
Oh, yeah.
Aesop and Vidi, who knows?
Well, I am happy to be escorted to your ship to spend a few minutes inside to study this Mimir. Is this some type of artifact?
Yeah.
I see. Very well. Though I must mention, I have a pretty good memory, and I have no recollection of Sigil, so mayhaps I learn some details about it, but I've never been there myself.
Okay. Well, it is sort of a sensitive subject. So let's be very hush-hush about it for now. it needs to be said, but in time and to the right people and just gradually, like just sprinkled, you know, so there's no chaos.
Very well. A place that connects all others, you say?
Yes.
Very well. Then I suppose we should make our way. Were you headed back to your ship afterwards here?
We have to grab our big beefy Goliath boy, and then yes, I think we were all going to head back to the ship.
Oh, very well. We could stop by and get your friend, or likewise, we could head to your ship and allow me to study the Mimir, and I will head back to the observatory afterwards. And then you could get your friend. It is up to you.
Great! Sounds great. Let's... Well, you are pressed for time, so let's, well...
I still have about an hour or so to spare.
Okay, then let's...
Give me a few minutes to gather some things, and I will head that way.
Alright. We should probably get Kemo first.
Very well. Where was your friend located at?
The Sacred Cyril?
Oh, yes, okay. I will find my way there. You can head that way as a head start.
Okay. See you there.
Very well.
I hope we can trust her.
She begins gathering some things as you guys begin
to trust.
make your way down the steps of the various levels of the observatory. We're wrapping up, especially because I know Luke's having some troubles there. As a wrap up, you guys head to the Temple of Serenity and find Kemo there.
Ooh, robot-y. I have to connect, sorry.
Yeah, me too.
Hello.
Yeah, you
Sound good?
Yeah,
It's like,
Okay.
Check.
perfect.
Wicca.
You guys head to the Temple of Serenity. Kemo, you are pulling yourself up from your unconscious state.
Rise and shine, big guy. We're going back to the ship. Oh, we're still on the Jaydra.
What's I don't know what that is.
Oh, it's a beautiful planet where you're resurrected because you were brained and now you're here. We're gonna go back to the ship where you know. So let's go.
Yep, ship. Got it.
Now, in order to get on, you have to click your heels 3 times. Remember, okay?
Kemo puts a hand on Glacé's face that completely eclipses it.
Oh, what is this feeling? This is scary and oddly arousing at the same time.
Yeah.
Oh, was that out loud? Silly me.
Kemo pulls it back like he was shocked by something.
You guys all gather together. Probably Kemo being helped a little bit with someone holding an arm or underneath with an arm over their shoulder. And as you begin headed towards your ship, all of your current followers would go with you because there's still plenty of time in the day and you're just heading there with Alicia. As you are heading out with Kemo, you regroup with Alicia and begin to head back towards your ship. You know that in between the capital of Jaydra and the ship area where your ship's land itself is a just small island surrounded by water full of just various ruins and stonework, most of it in rubble from probably a much older time. It is serene and quiet as you pass through. There is a path that largely weaves in and out of the various ruins here, although sometimes the path cuts out and you have to make your way across some of the various stonework here. As you're moving along the various stonework, moving in between, the path gives out again and you guys find yourselves again, trying to make your way without a path, just following forward. It's relatively open area besides the ruins themselves. As you guys are making your way through, you see in the distance, headed up towards you, waving towards you, you notice there seems to be 2 figures, no 3. There seems to be 2 humanoids dressed in the similar garb that you ran into before in VD, in gold garb. Following with them seems to be another figure. Gender is indiscernible because he is just covered in what looks like plate mail armor that has a gold gleaming color to it. He steps up, moving past the rocks and rubble, along with the 2 at the sides following behind, and raises a hand towards you and Vidi as you guys are kind of making your way through the rubble here, and says,
Hey, old brother.
Oh.
Hello. Hi. Hail. Hi.
I have been informed by my compatriots, the brothers and sisters, that you are in Viti.
Yeah. Yes. Hi. Who are you? I'm sorry. You maybe sound familiar, but I can't see who you are. I like your armor a lot.
I am another higher-ranking member of the Scintillation. Well met.
he says, holding a hand.
I believe you had a conversation with some Sparks from earlier.
Yeah. Yes. A conversation. Yeah. It was a good conversation. We had it, and then it ended, and they left, and well, now I'm here talking to you, so now I'm having a new conversation.
I believe they mentioned something about the draconic tome that you had, as well as yourself returning to the lighthouse.
Yes. Wow. Completely forgot about that part. Yeah.
I
so
heard
we
that you said that you would return at a later date,
yes.
and that you could not physically part with the tome.
He's working right now.
Both things are correct. I did say both of those things. Yeah, it's currently the same date, so it can't be a later one yet.